So good evening. The champ is here. Unfortunately, we're European champ. And now the dust has settled, we need a conversation about a lot of these players, mate. And listen, let's upset everyone locked in. Apologies for the lateness. StreamYard is taking the piss, and then we were sat backstage just chatting for a little bit. Apologies. However, DJ, fresh off the back of seeing us lose the Champions League final, you went to the parade. Yeah, about 1.5 million people there, apparently, mate. How was it? Yeah. You didn't look happy in that selfie, by the way.
No. It's because I was trying to get everyone in, and I had a really annoying person in the background, and he was like really winding me up.
Knocked him out, bro. He wasn't a top gooner, was he? You never got weighed in, though, did you? Funny,
I don't think he was an Arsenal fan. Look, very mixed emotions for me over the weekend. Anyone that's been following me knew how much the Champions League meant for me. I was saying it on DG's channel. Kenny knew, and everyone knew that I wanted the Champions League more than the Premier League. So I had very mixed emotions over the weekend. Obviously, I was in a good mood on Sunday because of the parade, and there was something to celebrate because we are champions of England, which is great. But once the dust has settled and the glam and the glitz are all over, and it's the day after the Lord Mayor's show, if you like, and you sit back and you go over the game against PSG, I'm very gutted. I'm very disappointed. I'm disappointed with the tactics. I'm disappointed with certain players. And what I'm really disappointed about, Lee, is that what people don't realise in our over 140 odd year history or whatever it is, we've never won the Champions League. This is the biggest cup competition other than the World Cup final, right? And yet it's been pushed aside and washed aside as if it's some sort of charity shield and it don't matter just because we've won the league and we've had a parade with over 1 million people in it. And everyone's disregarded the Champions League. Oh, it don't matter. And I've seen streams and shorts of people making out they're upset about the Champions League and then bringing on the Premier League trophies if to go, oh, look, well, I'm sorry, this club, let it sink in. This club in its history has never won the Champions League Cup, European Cup, whatever you want to call it, right? All the great players we've had, all the great managers we've had, all the fans that are older than me that are now no longer with us, all the fans that are younger than me, all the fans that are no longer with us have never seen us win the European Cup. And yet it's disregarded. Oh, it don't matter. We've won the Premiership. Well, I've seen Premierships and Championships won, Lee. And I'll tell you what I haven't seen. I have not seen a football team rock up at a Champions League final, no matter who they're playing, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, yeah, all the great Milan teams of the past. I have never seen a team that, by the way, that were favourites at the start of the tournament to win this. See, people don't think about this. We were favourites to win this tournament, and we had 25% possession and one shot on target the whole game. And yet we've got to be proud of everyone. I'm proud of about 5 players that turned up there against PSG. The rest of them is no surprise to me how they've been performing pretty much all season. Now, people are going to say, oh, you're negative, DJB, and you're this and you're that. No, I'm upset. We lost a major final. We lost a major final. That's like someone nicking my Ferrari and turning up with a Mini at my door. And I've got to be proud. I'm sorry. I'm not proud. We missed a magic opportunity. At one point in that game, Lee, they had a reserve team on the pitch. And we had all our squad depth. We signed those players at the beginning of the season, Lee, for these occasions. We signed the Ezes and the Gorkarezes and whoever you want to say, we signed them for these moments. And yet, 1, they didn't start. That's another conversation. 2, they bought on and made no impact whatsoever. And then the players that were on there, tell me one thing. I'll spin it another way. If we hadn't have won the Premier League, would all the fans be washing this Champions League under the carpet the way we lost it?
Nope.
No. Tell me another thing. If we'd have won the Champions League, Martin Odegaard would have stepped up and lifted that trophy, the first captain ever to do so for Arsenal Football Club. And you're telling me after that performance, he deserved to do that? Martin Odegaard, captain in a Champions League final, the biggest game of his life, because he plays for Norway, not disrespecting Norway, they're not going to the World Cup.
Well,
the
they
biggest
are,
game,
they're not going to get so
World
far.
Cup final, I mean, but the biggest game of his life, and he's putting a performance out of that. And I'll just end on this because I'm fuming about all the attitude of the Arsenal fans just disregarding this Champions League just because we've had a parade and everyone's pissed up and we're, you know, happy days and all of this, right? I'll finish on this. Saka. Go and look at his stats for the last 2 seasons. We've given this guy £300, 300 grand a week. He's meant to be our most key player. He's meant to be our Vitinha. He's meant to be our Doué. He's meant to be our Kvaratskhelia. That is what he's meant to do. Star boy, super boy, World Cup winner, blah, blah, blah. What did he do? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. He looked like Noni Madueke's twin brother. Shocking. We're Arsenal Football Club. Let's get it right. I'm sorry. The dust has settled. The celebrations are over. I've given my Mikel Arteta his flowers. I've praised all the players. I've been enjoying the parade. I've been singing and dancing like all the rest of them. But that's history now. That's in the past. Let's talk about the Champions League that we defended well, defended brilliantly. They gave 100%. Other than that, what did we do? And I told you what we done. Look at our final third. Look at our attack. Nothing. Woeful. The same it's been all season. And if we go into this season, if we go into next season and we haven't had a clear out and we haven't addressed the wingers, we haven't addressed the strikers, we haven't addressed the creative midfield players, we're going to be another Liverpool Man United next season. The only difference is we won't have the balls to get rid of the manager. We'll still keep him for another 3 years on £25 million a year, may I add. So I'm not an happy boy. I'm telling you that now. I'm proud. I'm proud that we're champions of England, but I'm worried. I'm worried going forward, Lee, because I'm frightened that this winning the Premier League could be more damaging than not winning it, and that's what I'm worried about.
Facts. Listen, I hear what you're saying, man. Yeah, I've been fuming, bro. Yeah, it's like at the time you're like, okay, cool, just win it by hook or by crook, isn't it? Yeah, but we're getting into all of that. Kenny, he was at the parade. You're having a great time. Yeah, and rightly so. We have won the league. But this leaves a bit of sweet taste in your mouth, mate. Pause. Yeah. And obviously Kenny never got weighed in either. Funny that. No, who knew? Kenny, firstly, how was the parade? Yeah, and secondly, give us a little roundup before I get Matty and we'll break it all down. Because I'll be honest with Kenny, yeah, I don't give a shit how we play football. Yeah, we've said it all season. Yeah, I don't care if you play crap. Get to the line. Yeah, 25% possession. Saka and oh dear God, 10 completed passes between them, bro. We'll get into that in a minute. But Kenny, how was the parade, man? And listen, we are champs. We're the best team in England. But that makes you great, innit? There's what's Kenny, you saw.
Well, first and foremost, the parade was fantastic. I want to also give a message on behalf of Visiting Council, because I work for Visiting Council, and I want to explain to fans why we didn't see the European Cup. We didn't see the we didn't see the European Cup. We didn't win.
Fucking won it, mate.
I want to be able to say why we extended the route in the first place. We suspended the route ultimately because of demand, but the reason why it had to be extended and there was no player interactions because Liverpool had a similar parade last year where they had 750,000 to 1 million fans, and unfortunately, for the cover your ears, but a son of a bitch thought it'd be a good idea to try and ruin that occasion by playing to innocent people. And because of that son of a bitch, all future parades of large scales, you're going to have a situation where players and clubs being advised not to go on the perimeters and get up to the town hall and parade the trophy. They're not allowed to give speeches, and unfortunately, that's effed us up. So that guy who's rotting in prison, Paul Doyle, thanks a lot, mate. You scared a lot of people, and you made it worse for us. But I loved it. I enjoyed every minute of it. I was near the town hall. I was with my workmates. I got to see the players come through. You know, there was this smoke. I inhaled it. It stunk. There we go. Getting back was a bit dodgy because obviously I was with. I caught up with DJB, and we were all going around the same way, going through Highbury. But I'm going to tell you now. I told Matty this. I walked because I couldn't be asked with public transport. I walked all the way from the town hall to Crouch End to my property, my home. So if you take away the standing around for the crush, I don't know how long it got, but I know I by the time I left the area and I got to Highbury, it was about just before 5. I got home at 6. So either I'm a very fit man, or or it was one of the. It was just a luck occurrence. I didn't have anything to eat because I hate eating before. I like to eat when I get home. I only have 2 meals: breakfast and supper, nothing else. So yeah, that was a parade. And yeah, big up to Arsenal. We got a very big fan base. It's very diverse. To all the people who came for vibes, I wish you didn't come because the day you cause a lot of crushes. You know, if you're not a football fan, stay away. But I saw people I haven't seen for years. So big up the club and big up Isn't Cancer for your organisation. In terms of the Champions League, it's basically like this. There's 2 levels. There's a level that gets you to the Champions League final, but there's a level where you've got to win it. And you can get away with playing like that and having that level of fitness or personnel in the Premier League where you can see off your rivals. And, you know, when it gets to the last furlong, when you know that the finishing line is there, you can kick on, which we did. But the Champions League final, let's think for 1 minute. PSG deserved it. They're a better team. There was nothing that we weren't unlucky. We didn't deserve to win the Champions League. Teams that win the Champions League don't win it on 23% possession. You just don't do it. Or 196 passes. You just don't do it. It's not going to work. One thing I would say is that the team selection didn't surprise me. I always said that he'll go to his circle of trust, and he did. The problem with going with your circle of trust is that he went to the team with players who've had long-term injuries. It's not like excuses, it's facts. Saka, long-term injury. Odegaard, long-term injury. Havertz, long-term injury. Gabriel was out for a long time. Saliba was out for a long time. Now, we didn't lose because of that. But when you think about the players he took off when PSG upped the ante, it wasn't a surprise when they came off. They didn't make no impact, and they were liabilities. If you're not making an impact and you run out of gas, you're a liability. You've got to come off. Doesn't matter how big you are or whether you're good at penalties or not. You've got to come off. The situation is that another scenario thing is that PSG prepared for every scenario. They prepared for going 1-0 down, 1-0 up, and they knew that they can up the ante and they could change the way they played. They were a better side, and they should have won it in normal time. Any Arsenal fan who says they're different is deluded and loves the club way too much, but is thinking themselves. You know, when you talked about when these players went off, Cava, Scalia, and Dembele, Marquinhos, you know, those 3 major players. Yeah, but let's not forget, PSG have got a good team as well. They got players. Bakola came on. He's no slouch. So Emily's a good player. So he was nothing else. They brought on experience as well. You know, when you think about their striker, Gonzalo, he's actually quite unlucky not to get a game. Any other team in Europe he plays, but because Dembele is unique, he can't get a game. So he was no slouch. People saying, "Oh yeah, we should have gone for it." Let's just talk about one thing. It's a massive indictment on Arsenal Football Club, i.e. the players, the coaching, and even Berta, that he spent £170 million on 3 players. Not one of them started the final. You bought these players to move the dial, to actually get us in a position where we can challenge for win these big games, preferably the league, but also the Champions League. They didn't make it. They didn't start. That means That means 2 things: either the manager doesn't trust them, or he had this team in mind. But the problem is, they didn't help them. They proved their manager right. Mendy did nothing. Gyökeres, you can stop making excuses and say, "Oh, if he started this game, he didn't get the service." Stop it. Stop. He made no impact whatsoever. He couldn't hold the ball up. It was all ability. He was making the wrong runs. The only thing he did was score his penalty. Stop this about Victor Gyökeres. Stop confusing his stats with actual footballing ability. Just stop it. Please stop it. Because the guy that started ahead of him got us the lead. The guy brought players into play. He's the one who tried to create another chance alongside with a beginning to change the striker. He proved his manager right. The die was cast in the Burnley game, where you could see the difference between him and Victor, and that's when he cemented his selection for this game just gone. Again, Eza, massive talking point, has not been the player we thought he was. He didn't make one impact whatsoever. We'll talk about the penalties in a different segment of the show, but no impact. Mendy is the biggest worry of all, because he's a player that's meant to be the part of that circle of trust. He hasn't not just been a substitute in this game. When it came to like the nitty-gritty and the running, nowhere to be seen, which means there's a massive indictment and there's a massive questioning of the judgment of the manager and the club in getting this player in, because sometimes you can spend a lot of money on people, but it doesn't mean that the players that you get are good at their jobs. That's what I've always been said about the reason why PSG at the top, why Man City at the top, and why Chelsea at the top. It's not just about the money. It's about hiring people that are good at their jobs. That's why Man City dominated, because people are good at their jobs. That's why PSG are dominating France and Europe, because people are good at their jobs. Just like Chelsea, why they're doing really well, because people are good at their jobs. Why Chelsea are not doing well now is people are not good at their jobs. You brought a player in and he's not good enough. A biggest game of our season, and he doesn't start. And you've £170 million in talent, and they got to start. A massive indictment. Let's talk about the possession. We knew this was going to happen, but we knew it wasn't sustainable. All the things we talked about fatigue being our worst enemy, Arsenal beating themselves, right? It came into fruition in that game. All the things we talked about, the front three being absolutely crap. Let's just cut the bullshit, right? It's crap. It's crap. Bukayo Saka is highly rated across Europe, and he's called world class. But unfortunately, whether it's injuries or not, or whether it's just football ability, you did not turn up in the biggest game of your season. Now, you'll probably turn up for England, and good luck for England. But for Arsenal, you let us down, brother. Yes, you did what you had to do defensively for the team, and I respect you for that, and I respect the manager for thinking that's the way to play. But you're picked to win these kind of games. This is your stage. Martin Odegaard, I don't want to talk about that, man. I've been talking about this guy for 2 years, and enough's enough. Okay? Mm-hmm. Stop trying to kid me and tell me that he does this, and he think I respect why he played. I got why he played, because him and Havertz are going to try and disrupt Paris Saint-Germain and try and stop them from playing out the back in order to give their our defence a better chance. Tactically, Mikel Arteta was right to do that. But the fact is, to win the Champions League, you've got to be offensive. And Martin Odegaard was the player that he was last season, and the player he's been this season. Yes, there's extenuating circumstances, injuries, but you were brought back into the fold to come and play in these games. And you, once again, you proved your doubters right, that you're not Arsenal material no more. You're not captain material, because at the end of the day, you didn't do it. You didn't do it for us. Big up to Gabriel Magalhaes. Big up to Saliba. Big up to defence. Mosquera, sorry you had to go through that, but that's football. That's a learning curve for you. You know, you made one mistake and that proved fatal. But apart from that, you played really well. And that's about it. But there's one more player, and I'm not going to back down in this. You called him, you praise him to the hilt. You say he's one of the best midfielders in the world. And Ballon d'Or, I didn't see a Ballon d'Or performance from Declan Rice. This is the third big final that man has played, and he's made no impact whatsoever. Yes, he does his recoveries. Yes, he shouts a lot and gives instructions, but he's never affected the game. And I told you a lot about this man, this player, and that's why when I talk about Declan Rice, it's not personal. If you can show me a big game, a big final was affected for England and Arsenal, you show me. Yes, he did all right for West Ham in the Conference League, and big up for that. But in Euro 2020, found wanting, chasing shadows. 2024, same thing, and this time, same thing. No impact. You give them plaudits, then let's have the talk about it. You give Saka plaudits, then let's analyse his performance when he doesn't play well, and you Declan Rice doesn't play. Stop calling our players world class, because at the moment, when it was time to show it, they did not show it. Stop making excuses for Victor Gyökeres. Stop saying he's this and that. He was brought to win us the Champions League and make an impact, and he did nothing. It's no good talking about Madueke. That's an easy. That's basically like having a go at a tramp and telling the tramp he smells. Of course he smells. He's a tramp. It's no good analysing and say he's poor. That's not football analysis. That's just common sense. You know what I mean?
Should never be.
Let's just get to nitty-gritty. Have an adult discussion about these players. First and foremost, let's praise what we've done for the league. It was a fantastic season. I wanted the league, and everything else was a bonus. But in the context of the football match we've just seen, let's just be adults and talk about it and talk about it rationally and just state facts. Not absorb anyone. Anything we saw we didn't like, let's talk about it. Don't protect anyone. No excuses for any player.
Exactly. And that's Kenny. Just before Matty comes in, that's what I've been saying. This is why you went off on one and I've been off on one, is because it's been disregarded over everything else. And if you talk about it, you feel that you're not allowed to, because we're champions of England and parades and all of this. And I'm sorry, it's got to be discussed, because it was unacceptable from a lot of players on Saturday. Unacceptable.
Matty, right, Kenny, listen. Fair play, mate. Yeah, and listen, you've been to every single home game this season, mate. You were at the parade. Yeah, big up Ola. Of course, fucking Ola. Of course. Right, Ola, if you're free, jump on, mate. He knows what I said that, by the way. Right, Ola, if you're free, I'll send you a link. Yeah, but no, Kenny, fair play. And like, listen, I'm laughing, but I'm laughing through gritted teeth, innit? I'm laughing through gritted teeth because I cried at full time. I walked out this fucking gaff. Yeah, and I swear to God, I'm in the. Yeah, she sat right here. She can't hear me. She's eating pizza. Take your earphones. Just sat right there. I love you. Yeah, bless up to you. Yeah, this woman has flown all the way here. Yeah, to watch the final with us. Yeah, and I swear to God, I was so pissed off on that. Yeah,
you didn't have to be.
Yeah, but the next day I was more upset.
Yeah,
and that's today I'm even more upset, because it's like now, like DJ said at the start of the show, now the dust has settled. We've had the parade. We won the league. Let's not forget we lost 2 fucking finals. Yeah, not showing up in either, by the way. Yeah, Kai Havertz, fair play to him. Matty, we watched that. Bro. Yeah, we all watched it. Yeah. And big up all the people who went Budapest. She was going to go. And she was like, no, I've got a husband, I've got kids. I ain't doing all that, though, going out there. Yeah.
Spain instead.
Spain instead. You've seen this fucking Swearsy bar, the beach. The fucking Swearsy. No, I don't go anywhere. I don't like anyone. But no, all jokes aside, yeah. Big up Ola, man. You're at work, yeah? Bless up, bro. We'll get off your phone then. I love you. I love you, bro. Yeah, and bless up for all the streams this season, bro. I love you, brother. Yeah, but at the same time, Matty, I don't care how we win, innit? Yeah, but there's a way to lose. Yeah, and I sat there at the start of that stream and I said, if this goes to penalties, we're fucked. Yeah, his subs. I think he made the right subs. Yeah, maybe you guys disagree. I don't know. Yeah, but 5 minutes earlier we should have made him. Yeah, Mosquera was locking up Cavaschelli. Yeah, but this is the difference between good and fucking great, bruv. Yeah, it's the difference between good and great. One drop of the shoulder, bang, and that changed the whole game. That would have ended 1-0 if they had never got that penalty. Yeah, we would have been sitting here. You guys would have been on the parade, watching us do the best season we've ever had in 140 years. Instead, we're sitting here going, right, he needs to fuck off. He needs to fuck off. Him, yeah, Bukayo Saka. Yeah, I don't care how good Bukayo Saka has been, yeah, for the last 5 years. What are you doing for me lately, mate? Yeah, what are you doing for me now, bro? Yeah, Eze. Yeah, that captain, by the way, I swear down, don't let me see that guy, bro. Yeah, because I'll be getting passed around the fucking prison in Spain or fucking wherever it is like a peace pipe, mate. Yeah, real talk. Yeah, I see that captain now, mate. It's annoying. Madwakey. Yeah, where was he for the penalties, by the way? Yeah, and Matty, you see the stream. Yeah, he was on the stream. Out of all the players that could have missed that final penalty, yeah, it has to be Gabby Magalhaes. What was the first text I got? My dad told you he's a fake gangster. Yeah, fake bad man, he said. My dad calls him the fake bad man, fake gangster. Yeah, I read the fact he wanted to take the penalty. Where the fuck is Zubimendi? This guy's played in the Euros final and won it. This guy's played in the fucking Copa del Rey final and won it. Where was he? Yeah, where was he? We all knew Gyökeres was scoring. I rate him taking the first pen, by the way, because he's our best penalty taker. Yeah, but at the same time, it's like Zubimendi. Brother, Eze. Yeah, we built a mural for this guy before he played a game for us, yeah? Then our fans, a lot of them, wanted him out. He scores against 3 teams, well. Yeah, 2 teams. Crystal Palace and Tottenham. And everyone's like, oh, Eze. Let's be real. What the fuck's he done all year? Yeah, and I said to Liam, we sat stream that yeah? I'm going to shut up and let you go. Yeah, I said, he looks like he's seen a fucking ghost. Yeah, and this is the thing, yeah? When it comes down to pressure, XG, XA, all this bullshit, yeah? As Kenny say, put your nuts on the table. Yeah, Kai Havertz, they fucking played you, mate, so I fucking took the shit out of him. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I've ripped that geezer a new one, pulls again. Yeah? He fucking turned up when it mattered, and he put us in the fucking lead. Yeah, that captain can go swivel. That fucking star boy. Bro, 300 grand a week. Right, mate. Matty, I swear, take the stage, son. I'm fuming, bro. And I am fuming. No, I was upset the full time. I shouldn't have left you and all that, by the way, with Leanne.
It's all good, brother.
No, I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, but I can't chat shit in that pub. Yeah, every fucking day and then not turn out when we lose. And I have to take that once again. But Matty, we need serious conversations about a lot of these players. Yeah, the players that did turn up are the ones that we don't particularly rate. Yeah, that's all you need to fucking know, mate.
Yeah.
But I don't know. You take the floor, I'll mute.
I've heard a couple of words thrown around today. Upset, fuming, disgruntled. I'm wounded. I am a wounded supporter today. I had to take those lumps this weekend. And if all y'all in my chats, y'all know I've been pretty quiet the entire weekend. Hadn't said much anything. And I might poke in and said, what's up, or, something here or there, but I really hadn't talked about this game much at all. I've been on the receiving end of losing in extra time. I've been on the receiving end of coaching the team to win in extra time. There's a lot to unpack here. There's a lot to unpack here about this game this past weekend. I talked to Kenny earlier today, and I think the occasion was bigger than the manager expected it to be. I don't think he was prepared 100% across the board. I think Luis Enrique took that inexperience and he used it in critical times that the manager didn't see the need of, didn't know what to do. I think that we can go to the penalty kicks. I'll start there. I'll tell you what, we'll start there. That's the easiest place to start before I start running down this list. We'll go to the penalty kicks. Lee, you was talking about Magalhaes, and I mentioned it during the broadcast. I said, Lee, the only reason he's taking this is because nobody else wanted to take one. I've been a coach. I know this. You got two types of players. You got one that's going to walk right up to you. Yeah, I want to take the penalty. Sign me up, coach. Ready to go. Probably was Magalhaes. And then you got some going to shy away from it. Now, this is where I get upset. Because if you listen, whoever it was, we'll find out in due time who it was and how it went down. But just on the surface of things, if you are a player at Arsenal Football Club and we're in the biggest game of our collective careers, Kenny, I told you this. I told you I was going to mention this. If there's an opportunity there for you to take a penalty, and when we had that last water break, JB, knowing that we're on our way to just about ready for penalties, you don't want to take penalties, you go to the manager and you let the manager know then. So that he can get prepared and bring in the best opportunity to win the game. It's selfish. Now, whoever did that, and if it finds out that's the way it went down, because see, I told you I played this and I coached it. It's not hard for me to figure it out real quick. Because we're sitting there watching this, me and Lee and Ola sitting there watching this, and in my head, when Magalhaes walks up, I said, what the hell is going on here? Because we're not that far down the pecking order of these kicks. So you're telling me he's better than what Zuberman was out there? Matt Wakey was about to knock Cole Palmer out over a penalty kick. Nowhere to be seen. So I have a question. How did we get the Magalhaes taking the penalty kick? It is not fair to him to be there.
No leadership, Matty. That's why.
On record, as far as I know, I've never seen him take a penalty kick. Then you have to look at it from the other side of things, from a managerial perspective. Magalhaes comes to you, coach, I want to take a penalty. Gabby, with all due respect, I appreciate you know what you're bringing here. Courage, I love you.
Your courage.
But you can't take this. You can't take this kick, Magalhaes. You can't take this. You can't take this. If he might go down a hero, what's the odds of that? This is why I said there's a lot to unpack when it comes to this game. You got the game itself, you got the penalty kicks, you got the substitutions, you've got in-game situations. There's a lot. I was crushed for Magalhaes. I was crushed because he should have never been in that situation. If players do not want to step up in the biggest of times, there needs to be discussion about their aspirations. Because this past weekend was the biggest in club history. The biggest. The biggest. We all saw 06 together. We watched this. I'm telling you, it was there for us this weekend. 06, we had a lot of work to do. We had a lot of work to deal with that. This past weekend, we had chances on top of chances on top of chances. Martinelli! Let's talk about you, buddy. Yeah, you got a penalty kick, but there was a passage of play there where it was a ball that should have got past to that striker that didn't get past to that striker. And I almost got naked on stream. I was almost out my clothes. Because there was no way that you can sit there in that kind of situation and be selfish. You have to do what's right for the team in those kind of situations, gentlemen. It's a team game in certain aspects. You have to make that pass. Try start, gets the ball, dribbling and 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 dribbling.
Shocking.
Matt Wakey. Dribbling and dribbling and dribbling and dribbling and dribbling and dribbling. The striker played with his back to goal the entire second half. He played with his back to goal. And people say, "Oh, he's shit." Mr. Enrique put that into play. Make him play with his back to the goal the entire game when he gets in. Don't let him turn. Don't let him go in the way. And if he does turn, force him out wide. Game plan for it. Oh, Zubamendi comes on. Oh, yes, Zubamendi shows up. To do what? Same thing he's done for the last 3 months. Not a damn thing. Nothing. Nothing. Nothing was offered. Kudos. There are some kudoses out there. Kudos to Urian Timber. Hadn't played fucking football, excuse me, Lee, in God knows how long. 64 minutes of football. Makes me think, if he did what I said do at halftime, take off mascara, bring on Timber, let him finish it out. I even said that on a couple of panels, if anybody could notice a while back. I think I said it on Potts. Skelly as well, that's gotten lost. Skelly, I think if Skelly was not in midfield, we probably have some major problems there this past weekend.
Oh, he was well.
That's a major problem. Skelly did what he needed to do. Mascara, let me tell you about the Mascara situation. This is why I don't really have much to say about Mascara. Mascara, let me tell you what was happening at halftime. I mentioned this to Lee and Ola during the chat, during the show. During the game, pardon me. When at halftime, because Enrique noticed that we would funnel in Mascara and we would slide Saka over. He noticed it. So what did he do at halftime? He said, okay, I'm going to pair you up with a player. You're going to go down the left wing. When you get to the left wing, if that player steps out on you, that other player that's with Kvaratskhelia slides over, creates a pick. The player has to go underneath. That's how he ended up fouling him. He couldn't get underneath in time enough to get back in front of him. Mm-hmm. And I think if I can remember correctly, Saka took off running with another player, which then left Mascara on the island by himself. He fouled him. That's how he got it. Down to basic coaching. These are the when you look at the fine coaching. Also, let's not forget Hincapi, by the way, who put in the shift as well. He was hanging on for dear life towards the end of the game, hanging on for dear life. It got so bad he couldn't take him off because all the I think we might have had one substitution left, which I got a theory on that too. He's sliding into. Believe me, I told you, I said Hincapi's got to slide over into the center because he can't run anymore. He can't run. He's hanging on for dear life. He fell over at one point. Fell over. Dead to rights. Now I was told yesterday by Norsky, when me and Norsky talked yesterday, that we actually had one substitution left. Now, if that's true, like I said, I don't know if we did or not because I couldn't remember. If that's true, then if Matt Wakey didn't want to take a penalty, he needs to be off. I need to be talking to Max Dowman. Hey, do you feel like you want to take a penalty today? But there's one other person, Kenny. I brought this up. I brought this up with you on the phone. There's one other player sitting out there that could have took a penalty kick that did not get a penalty kick. Nobody's mentioned it, but you're going to get it here first because we do it right here. This is Real Talk Podcast. We drop facts here. Lee, JB, y'all brace yourselves. Kenny already know who it is. You're telling me that you couldn't sub off Matt Wakey or Zubamendi and bring on Mikel Merino with 2 minutes left in the game to get ready for a penalty kick? We know for a fact. I know for a fact he could have took a penalty kick. I know that. He ain't that injured. He could have took a penalty. You could have put Timber up there to take a penalty. Oh, you telling me you got the wild horse sitting over there that we know can go forward and shoot on goal? We had the tools. The tools.
Squad depth.
The squad. When you need certain situations, there's certain players that could have done that. That could have done it. You have to. You cannot go into extra time and not think about we might go to penalties. You have to. I would say anybody that watched the broadcast this weekend heard me say that. Y'all heard me say it with about we was in like the 82nd minute. I said, hey, we got to start thinking about penalty kicks here. We got to start thinking about penalty kicks here. We got to start thinking about playing penalty kicks here. I was sitting there saying it.
You're right though. You're right, mate. Because the thing is, right, you got to remember the first penalty shootout of any significance was in 1976, West Germany versus Czech Republic. So that's 50 years ago. We've had 50 years where if you get to a knockout stage, you prepare for every scenario. You don't practice penalties. It's not about practicing penalties and trying to recreate it. It's recreating a scenario. Who, you know, you look at Tuchel. He's bringing Ivan Toney primarily because he's a guy who can get a goal out of nothing, but to take penalties in penalty shootouts, he needs him for that. So that's a special penalty. There is even certain situations where you have specialist goalkeepers. You know, yeah, you had special goalkeepers. Like for instance, the Newcastle goalkeeper Holland. Remember Holland got to the semi. We're in a semi-final.
Off the keeper.
Yeah.
Tim Krul.
But what did they all have in common, Kenny? They all had a manager that knew in big games, and I keep saying it. In-game management, we may get away with it over 38 games.
Yeah. You ain't get on a one-off good manager.
But on a one-off in-game management, PSG semi-final, PSG final, Carabao Cup final, and I can list many. It all comes down to the manager.
Extenuating circumstances is the thing with Gabriel Magalhaes is that, of course, I wasn't there, but how the scenario looked to me is that it reminded me of the 2008 Champions League final, Man United versus Chelsea in Moscow. Didier Drogba gets sent off with 5 minutes to go in injury time. He's the one who's going to take the fifth penalty. John Terry has basically said, I'm taking it, I'm the leader, I'm your captain, I'm going to take that pressure penalty. Now, whether he wanted to go for glory or not, because it works both ways. Either you're getting the glory or you're under pressure and you're keeping your team in the championship. John Terry was going there to take the penalty to win the Champions League. He missed it, hit the post. Man United got the wrestled back control and won the game. This game is a different kettle of fish where Saka's gone off, captain, vice captain, penalty taker. Odegaard, captain. And I use the term loosely, very loosely when I use the word captain when it's easy to, but a penalty taker. Kai Havertz, a penalty taker. So within that scenario, three senior players plus the two lead captains, captain and vice captain, had basically were off the field. So you're left with inexperienced players. Madueke, I saw Mikel Arteta hugging him, and I thought, right, he's going to take a penalty because I thought, right, he went up to 5 people when he hugged them, and I thought, right, he's taking a penalty. But I understand the situation that decision must be made instantly because, as you said, lack of experience. Because I could tell you right now, Gabriel Magalhaes blatantly said, no, I'm taking it. I'm a leader. I want to take that pressure penalty. Now, whether people didn't want to do it or not, he wanted to be that man. He's the one that everyone's praised for his performances. He's been our best player across Europe. Everyone recognises him as a top defender. They don't talk about Saliba in Europe and the four corners of the world, but they rate Gabriel Magalhaes. He's a leader. He's gone and done that for the club to take that pressure off other players. It didn't work out, but you're right. We're in a situation where we've had 50 years of penalty shootouts. It has to be a specialist, consideration when you are in major tournaments.
You got to go back. Sorry, Matty, but I think the pressure was on the team because the Eze penalty for me was the one I was upset about. The Eze penalty over the Magalhaes, the stuttering, the stupid little run up. Eze is meant to be, you've got to hit the target. Look, I'm not blaming penalty takers. To step up and take a penalty in that is massive. I'm not blaming this, but again, the Eze one hurt more than the Gabriel. The Gabriel stepping up, putting it over a bar. I've seen many defenders do it, centre halves and all of that. But also for me, where is your leader to step? Where's the leader? Where's the leader on the pitch? Who's making the decisions? As Matty said, apparently Mikel Arteta said he wanted to take number 5. Gabriel wanted to take number 5. Where's your leader to turn around, as Matty said? Yeah, I admire your courage, my friend. fantastic. Put an arm around him. I'm sorry. I know you want to take it. You're desperate to take it. You feel brave enough to take it. But I'm sorry.
Maybe you put
I'm
him at
making the decision here. Zubamendi, you're a Euro winner. You're used to a pressure situation. Go and take that penalty.
You put Magalhaes. Oh, you want to take one? Cool. If we get to phase 2, you right up at the top of the list.
Yeah.
You're right there at phase 2.
You've got a Euro winner standing on the pitch. Zubamendi. As much Zubamendi, he's a Euro winner. He's used to pressurized situations. He's played for his country. He's been in big moments, and he's standing there. You know, but before it even got to we knew that if it goes to penalties, we were going to be in a situation where we could lose, right? This is why I said we had to show some bravery at some point. I understand sitting back. I understand that we can't go gun-ho against a team like PSG. I get that. But there was a point in that game where I'm thinking, right, I would rather see us now really go for it. And if we get done 2-1 or we get done or it don't go to extra time and we get undone on the counter, fair enough. But the stats don't lie. And there was too many players in that football team was underperforming. And it's all been washed away because we're Premier League titles and it don't matter as if the European Cup is just a charity shield. And it's
gentlemen, I'm telling you all, and I mean this from the side of from the bottom of my heart, y'all. It is time to let some of these players go.
They've got not good enough going forward. We're not good enough going forward.
Jesus has to go. Martinelli has to go. Trossard has to go, and God knows Odegaard has to go.
Odegaard.
Odegaard, right guard, left guard, up, whatever.
Any guard you want.
All of them gotta go.
The thing is, what the problem I've got as well now is because this group of players have won us our first Premier League title in 22 years, they've got an affiliation to them. They've got a love for them.
Yeah, but see, JB, I told
you can't let Martinelli go. He won us our first Premier League title. I told Kenny this morning. I said, yeah, we heard the same thing with George Graham's players, and what happened? It was time to move on, right? Yeah, the same thing with George Graham. We had the same thing with Wenger's players. Liverpool had it. Man City had it. He tried to stay loyal to certain players, and then he'd come out in January and admitted that he got it wrong, and the squad weren't good enough. I'm telling you now, if we don't make wholesale changes. And we don't bring in quality. And I'm not talking about squad depth. I'm talking about quality. I'm talking that if Rice is having a shit show, you're saying sit down. You're not playing for the next 2 weeks until you pull your socks up, and it ain't a drop off. Yeah. And it ain't a drop off.
Yep.
The problem is with this team, and I've been saying it for a long while, right? And yeah, we're talking football, people, right? It's not negative. We're talking facts. I'm talking facts because I want the best for Arsenal Football Club. And right now, yes, we're English champions. But are you happy to go into next season as English champions when everyone wants a piece of you with the squad we've got? I'm not. We need 2 fullbacks. We've got no adequate cover for Timber. We need an absolute baller in midfield. Right, and I mean a creative midfield player. We need to put Declan Rice back in the 6. Whether Kenny thinks he's a 6 or not, he's not an 8. He's not a 6, but he's the better at the 6 than we is at an 8. Right, we need him back. He's better than Zubamendi in the 6. He needs to come back in the 6. We need an absolute baller in midfield. The problem we've had at this club is everyone's in the comfort zone. Saka can waltz around. He can do his PR. He can cuddle Thierry Henry on the sidelines. He can have all his whatever. He's under no pressure. What pressure is Noni Madueke going to give to Saka? What pressure has Gyökeres got and Havertz got? What pressure is Rice under for his position? Luis Enrique said after that Champions League final, he turned around and said, because when they interviewed the Qatar owner and all of the consortium now, they said to him, Luis Enrique wants more money being spent. Are you going to spend more money? He turned around and said,
reinforcements.
I will need players to have to work for their position. So he's talking about Doué being on his toes. Cavachini being on his toes, Barcola being on his toes, Vitinha being on his toes. The facts of the matter is, right? And as I said, the dust is settled. We've won the league. It's history now. I'm looking ahead of next season. That's gone. I've done the parade. I've been there. I've given them all their flowers. The facts of the matter is, Kenny, Matty, when we sit here now and you look at the stats of these players in forward positions, look at the stats of Saka, look at the stats of Trossard, look at the stats of Martinelli, look at the stats of all the forwards, the forward line, the last third. We haven't got any wingers, Matty. We haven't got a number 10. We haven't got a 22-goal Premier League goal scorer. We've got a goal scorer in all competitions, but we haven't got it. And this is the problem going forward. If we want to be a force and we want to retain the title and we want to win Champions Leagues and domestics, we have to improve in our forward line. Defensively, I haven't got a problem with. Couple of fullbacks here and there, brilliant. But on the final third, we have to improve. And if we don't, we're going to be in the same situation as Liverpool, Man United, and Chelsea. And that is a fact.
If I've been saying it since probably right before the season wrapped up here. Matter of fact, I said it on the podcast with you, JB. We need stardust. We need players that can come on, and strike fear. You look over there. If Zaire Emery would have came on that pitch for another 30 minutes, we would have paid the price if he would have started him.
But also, Matty, if we're going to bring in these quality players, we need a manager that's going to allow them to play
and go forward. That's phase 2 of what I was getting ready
to do. We can't have the likes of. We can't bring. Everyone's going, oh, we're bringing Morgan Rogers. With this manager. The first thing I'm thinking of, it's all right bringing in Morgan Rogers, but can he defend?
Yeah, he'll be defensive midfield.
Oh, we're going to bring in this one. We're going to bring in that one. Yeah, it's all right bringing them in, but can they defend?
Generally, there has to be a discussion.
He's a Gareth Southgate. I'm telling you that this is it. In big finals,
the thing about it is that the other side of the coin is that with this manager, the problem we got is that. You talk about where we can defend. The thing about it is that if we're attacking, the scenario with every football manager, and this guy's one of these managers, they want you to run. So even if Morgan Rogers comes to the football club, even if we had a different manager, the criteria is all about running football. You've got to run. In Luis Sabrinki's side, you've got to run. You've got to be in certain positions. You've got to keep on, like I said, when you have the ball, make yourself difficult to beat. So this manager's very, very strict with it, but he's not the only one. And that's the situation. He's a byproduct of the game as it is. You know.
But even at that, and I agree with what you're saying, I just think that Luis Enrique, if there's an opportunity for them to go forward and make a move, he's going to allow them to go do that. Well, Arteta, this is the thing that I'm crying.
Sorry, Matty. Look at the freedom Vitinha plays with.
Yeah, he's all over the place.
Freedom he plays with.
Him and Ruiz, all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, but off the ball, they press as well. They press if we have the ball. So, because remember last year, they were very much part of the press as well. I think the thing with Mikel Arteta right now is that you're right. The challenge for him is moving that dial because we have won the title now. We had a chance to move that dial after we won the FA Cup. We moved that dial in 22-23, but because we didn't win it, he went to a very kind of conservative style of play, and then he's gone from a conservative style of play to after we had a bad Christmas in 23-24, he started playing attacking football. But it wasn't the attacking football with a bit of panache. It was direct bullying football, set pieces, imposing ourselves to opposition, crushing the small teams, winning 6 or 7-0, giving big teams a game. But when we play Man City, what did he do? Revert to type.
But if you look at all the big games this season, we haven't really pulled up any trees against in the important
Yeah,
games.
but see, JB,
Man United at the Emirates, Man City at the Etihad, Man City at Wembley,
This-
PSG in
this-
Budapest.
This is the thing. He's going to have to search when everybody leaves at the end of this week or midweek or whenever. You know, the players are probably all gone, but when administration leaves and he goes on vacation, he's going to have to sit with himself this summer, and he's going to have to think to himself, "I've got to change my ways." He has to. There's no
mix
more.
it up. What he's got to do, I agree with you, Matty. What
JB, he's going to have to. JB, there's no excuse. Hold on, JB. Let me try this right here. There's no excuse. There's no excuse to have the defense that we have and be so debilitated, so crippling that you're so scared that the other team will score. That we can't go for it, brother. All you got to do is try to put at least two or three goals on the board. They'll do the rest. That's one of the one thing that I can say over the last 15 years. I know for a fact. Because we can go back to Wenger when Wenger was here. And we screamed about defense under Wenger. We screamed about defense. Controlling the spine of the team. And we had an attack, but we had no defense. Now we got defense with no attack.
Matty,
no attack.
Exactly. And Kenny might back me up on this. Why was Alan Smith a Golden Boot winner? Because he knew he had a solid defense behind him, and by having a solid defense behind you and a good goalkeeper, a world-class goalkeeper, or up there with the top goalkeeper,
top four.
by having that stability behind you should give you the freedom and the peace of mind to be able to attack.
But
We don't do that. We don't do it.
And the reason why we don't do that is for a simple reason: is that he's looked at the situation and how the Premiership, what the Premiership's like. A lot of people have rightly said that the days of winning the Premiership by 95 points and 100 points, they may come back. For the time being, it won't come back because Arteta, what he's learned last season, he's learned part this season as well, is that the teams that used to be in the top six are not as good as they were before. But he's worried about the Aston Villas. He's worried about the Bournemouths. That he's worried that if Arsenal play expensively, then teams like Aston Villa and Bournemouth have got good players and they can pick us off. And that's the reason why he plays like that in virtually all the games.
Kenny,
because Bournemouth have come to Highbridge, the Emirates twice and beaten us. Aston Villa have got a very bipolar. It's a very strange situation. Us and Aston Villa, it's very bipolar. You know what I mean?
Kenny, he has to understand. I'm not looking for him for us to go invincible. It'd be great if we did. I'll throw that out there. But if we went, I'm not looking for him to go invincible. But what he has to learn is he's got to learn that once you develop the pattern of playing a certain way, that pattern is going to follow you no matter what. And the pattern of attacking football, he has to understand that when you get to the Champions League, that pattern, it has to be instilled in the players that they can go forward. Otherwise, they're going to revert back to type. And you find out that's what happened to us this past weekend. Anytime we get in the final, not just this past weekend, but anytime we see a final, we end up doing that same exact thing. He has to understand when you're presented with a final, it's a one-off. You have to go for it. This is why, Kenny, I was so frustrated with Martinelli and Matt Wakey and Jokers when they came on, because I was like, it's a final. The manager has to go. It's a final. Even one of the assistant managers has to go to him and say, "Hey, Gaff, let's have a shot at this. Let's have a shot. Let's have a shot at it. We need to take a shot at this. Let's go. We got a chance here." You have to do that.
I can't believe it. I'm sorry. I cannot believe that these players are happy playing that way in a Champions League final.
Well, if they're winning, if they
can't be happy being
programming, JB.
The halfway line.
They're programmed, JB. So if their programming says we're going to feel like Kenny said. You got Saka coming back to defend. You got him defending. You got whoever else comes on, they're defending. It's part of the DNA to play at Arsenal Football Club under this manager. The DNA has to be you have to defend and defend and defend some more. And when you get tired of defend again.
From the thing about it is that you saw how, you saw the situation where certain players are out of the team because they have to learn by watching from the bench how we play. There were times when Eza wasn't even coming on for about 5 or 6 games because we now know he was learning what was required of him, both from an attacking point sense and a defensive sense. We now know that Miles Lewis-Skelly was training, training in order to be that midfielder if needs be, in lieu of a big game, i.e. Champions League final. So that's the thing with these people. Footballers at the end of the day can talk a good game. Oh, yeah, we love to play expansive football, but they just want to play. Some footballers, and most of them, 95% of them, already are set up for life. They're never going to worry about anything financially as long as they don't have overbearing relatives and money-hungry relatives, and they don't get divorced. They're going to be all right. So now they're settled. They want to play, and to play for Mikel Arteta, Pep Guardiola, Joey Guardiola, Enrique, you have to, and Unai Emery now, because Unai Emery's, got a renaissance at Aston Villa. You have to play for the team. You're not taking any nonsense. Unai Emery doesn't take the nonsense he took at Arsenal. We all know about Joey Guardiola. Joey Guardiola, you do what he says and play as he wants you to play, or you do not play. The same with Luis Enrique and with this guy. They will tell you, so if it means getting men behind the ball, then I'll do it. And I'll run because they think that's the best way they're going to win. They want a league like that. So they're going to follow those instructions in the Champions League final. And you've got to remember, the modern player is not a man manager. Everything comes to the bench. It's not like a Stevie G or a John Terry or a Roy Keane or someone like Graham Souness, Tony Anderson. You just keep at this, boss. We'll sort it out on the pitch amongst ourselves. It doesn't exist no more.
Yeah,
they are robots. They do as they're told, footballers.
He's going to start next season. He's going to have to open it up. We're not going to.
He's got to mix it up with purpose. This is the problem. What I'm saying is, Matty, people talk about Jose Mourinho and all of these people that sat men behind the ball. But when they attacked, they had someone and they had players that attacked with purpose. When the time was right, there was a purpose behind it. When we attack, it's all disjointed.
Jose Mourinho,
players are not switched on with it.
Jose Mourinho
is he defending?
Jose Mourinho had Real Madrid hitting at high power when he was over there. Well, you'll see in a couple months when you go back. When he has legit attacking options, he's going forward. You have to take what you got.
There has to be. This is what I'm saying. This is what he's got to learn. He's got to learn to mix and match. He's got to learn to defend with. He hasn't got to learn to defend. But what he's got to do is when we do go forward and when we've got the opportunity to put teams on the back foot, he's got to have some sort of purpose behind it. And as I said at the start of the stream, you got to remember, people are saying up here, PSG are a fantastic team. They can play 5, 6, 7 different ways. That's down to the manager. But another thing, what people are forgetting is we were favourites at the start of this tournament to win this. We were favourites for a reason, because we'd spent £1 billion. We'd bought the players in. We'd given him the tools to go and win the Champions League. We're in a situation now, Matty, and Pep was in the same situation with Man City. Pep was under a lot of pressure to win the Champions League.
Yeah, now he's
won trophies. They'd won Premiership trophies. They'd won FA Cups. He was brought there to give them European success. Mikel Arteta now is in a similar situation going into next season. He's in a situation now what Pep was in a few years back when he won the Champions League. Mikel Arteta is in the same situation now. All eyes are
That's
on
how it
him
should be.
to bring
But that's how it
European
should be.
to bring European success to this football club. Right now,
That's how it should be, though.
he's
That's how
been
it should
given
be.
he's been given another 3 years to do this, so he's got to learn really quickly in Europe
Mhm.
how to get over the line, like he did in the Premiership. He's now
Mm.
got to do in Europe, and I'm sorry, until we've changed the way we play and we mix it up and we start attacking right and we buy the right personnel, get rid of the dead wood, and
Mm.
get in quality, we are not going to be successful in Europe.
But that's the situation. What the thing about it right now is that what we've got to do is learn from this. Everything we said is constructive. It's not destructive. It's not personal.
No,
It's
no,
how
no.
it's what we've seen this season and what's been required. And you have to tell players that this ain't good enough, and you didn't do anything this season, and you proved manager right. We now know that if Arsenal will win the Champions League, two things we now know. If you can't beat PSG, you're not winning the Champions League. You've got to get past PSG. They are setting they're going to be the team to beat in Europe for the next 3 or 4 years, if not maybe 5 years, because of the age of the team, because of the experience. Even if Enrique goes, he left a foundation and a mindset that Champions League is the Holy Grail and they can win it. It's not obsession. It's not essential. It's their entitlement because they've won it twice. Just like it's an entitlement for Real Madrid. But if you don't win it, it becomes a possession. So the level Arsenal are at is that it's been a good campaign. Just can't take anything away from it. It's been a very good campaign, but we now know there's two standards. The standards that win you to get you to the final and the standards you win it. And what you need is that to win the Champions League, you have to play football. You have to have a top-class centre forward. You've got to have a top-class winger on both sides. You have to have a midfielder who can affect the football game, not just hard-working, where people said, Declan Rice got 8 out of 10.
Creatively affect the game.
Yeah, you've got to be creative, effective. You have to affect the game. Endeavour is a given in football. English football's been full of players like Declan Rice who work their nuts off. But the Declan Rice that I saw last season was someone who affected the game. I want that man back. I know he can. I know he can.
Yeah.
He's great at recoveries. I know he's got a tactical brain. Because he used to be a defender. I know all that. You don't need to tell me that. But in order for him to take the next level, we're going to need him to affect a football match. You know what I mean? And that's what we're going to need. And that's where Arsenal are going to win the Champions League. Another thing as well, you've got to remember, Liverpool will be strong next season.
Yeah,
Man United.
If
Man United will
Areola,
get a problem next season.
Man United be strong. Man City, regardless of what you say about Joe Guardiola going to be there, the fact is they've still got people at a football club who are good at their jobs. They still got an infrastructure where the people who run the infrastructure are good at their jobs. So they haven't put in Maresca, but if Maresca doesn't do it, he'll go and they'll get another top-class manager to do what Pep's going to do. Because guess what? A Man City, second is nowhere. They're not going to accept going 2 years without a title. They paid the homage to Joey Guardiola, but when he's gone through that door, they're going to think they're going to be critical of what went on this season. Because Man City didn't win the Champions League and they didn't win the Premiership. They're two holy grails. So that's a bad season for them. So they've got to do something about it.
Kenny, they're going to go back. People forget what it was like before Pep showed up. They didn't take anything off no manager, man. They would sack that manager so quick.
And that's what's going to happen again.
Yeah, they're going to
go back to who they are.
Yeah, that's what they're going to show for what time it is.
We'll keep ours for another 10 years.
So people who are not good at their jobs will go because Man City will do about it. So the pressure on Arsenal, where people say Arsenal are going to dominate because blah, blah. Don't make assumptions. We said that about Liverpool last year. We said that when Liverpool spent all that money on Wirtz, Ekitike, amongst others. They spent big on the Leone defender. Isak they spent massive money on as well.
Isak,
And we thought,
yeah.
right, we got no chance. It didn't happen like that. It didn't work like that. Look, Man City, we saw Man City make
This
a big
guy will
inroad.
bring the best out of them, though.
Yeah,
Areola.
yeah, and he probably will. But that's the thing. That's why words are cheap. So, yeah, we've got all this money. We're not going to rest on our laurels. Let's do it. Let's get our business done early. Let's get the deadwood out. And let's say, right, thanks, whoever you are, for winning me the title. But now I want to win the Champions League. You're not going to win me the Champions League. And if we don't win it next year, we've got to try and win it again and again and again until we win it, until we get it right.
It has to be a siege. I told you earlier when we talked on the phone, Kenny, there has to be a siege mentality after that result this past weekend. There has to be, we are coming to collect the rent. We are coming to collect the rent. It has to be that kind of mentality. And it has to be on both fronts, offensively, and with the management. Everybody needs to be on the same hymn sheet. We cannot, listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. We cannot go back to what we just came out of. It takes 20 plus years to win a league because you're satisfied because you went undefeated. Oh, yeah, we undefeated. We good. We nothing to worry about. And then 20 plus years in the wilderness. And then you finally, we can't go back to that. It has to be, we have to set this club up for the next 10. Just like we were talking about PSG earlier. People forget when PSG, they're losing to Barcelona. They beating Barcelona, then they lose to Barcelona. Then they find a way to lovable losers. And then they get sent home. And then now all of a sudden, look at them. You have to have that is mentality. Enrique came in there with the same mentality when he had Neymar, Suarez, and Messi, the same mentality, and it's still that same work ethic that team had into this PSG team, and you see what happened. Now, there's one or two things that's going to happen next season, gentlemen. There's one or two things that's going to happen this season. Either one, the manager's going to come back and do the same thing again, and then people are going to finally start to look over and say, well, wait a minute, why are we doing this here? Or he's going to go home, he's going to lick his wounds, and he's going to look in the mirror. And Arteta's going to have to look in the mirror this summer and go, you know what? I really want this Champions League, and I'm going to have to change a few things here.
He clearly does, because he clearly should, because the interview said a lot where he wasn't having, this has been a great season. He wasn't having, we were unlucky. He made a token gesture about the penalty. And let's talk about the penalty. You know, let's talk first up. We could talk about their penalty, definite penalty. But I'm telling you, all you Arsenal fans here who want to have your Royal Rovers moment and your Mighty Mouse moment, or, you know, like Pollyanna moment. That was not a penalty on Madueke. Madueke created a situation in order to con the referee where he got him in an arm lock and went down with him. Madueke was never going to get a penalty, even if we're not going to get the benefit of that, because what happened in Leverkusen, we got our penalty that people thought was a dive, but we got that decision. We weren't going to get another decision from anyone, especially with Madueke. We didn't get anyone with Ezra in the semis, so we're not going to get anyone a penalty then. So we weren't unlucky. The Saka situation was not handball. If people say it was handball, it wasn't. So PSG can cry about, you know, the Saka one being handball. It wasn't. The Madueke one was no penalty. No penalty. No, doesn't matter how much you do it. The fact is, if you link arms with a player and the player can't use your arms, you're control. You're trying to initiate the situation. You got away with it in Leverkusen, which changed the game in our favour. You weren't going to get one. You weren't going to get one in the biggest game watched by billions of fans. No way you're getting that penalty, mate. It's not a penalty.
As I said, I just feel that it was a slight missed opportunity, to be honest. You know, as I said, we've had all the noise because we were all told that by winning the Premier League the week before would give us the confidence and the belief going into this Champions League.
We weren't playing, but
I thought we was going to be resolute, but I thought we were going to be effective.
Yeah, it was PSG though.
We was resolute, but we wasn't effective. We
played PSG though.
Yeah, I know it's PSG, but what I'm saying is, Kenny, that there has to be a moment in the game because Villa done it to PSG, Bayern Munich done it to PSG, and
Lost
there has
courses.
to be-
I hear what you're saying,
I
but
know,
they were lost
there has to
courses.
be a moment in the game where you think, "Hang on a minute,
That's in our in-trade.
we
We have to-
can do something here."
Yeah, but the thing about our in-trade, as much as you want to, have another successful campaign, because it was successful, we got a final. I know you don't. People don't want to hear it, but we were seen as the best team in Europe. But what we did is what we did last year. We didn't sleep with one eye open because we thought we were playing Bayern Munich. We did.
Yeah.
We saw second and first. We thought we were playing Bayern Munich, and then instead of sleeping one eye open, especially when PSG are concerned, we slept with one eye open against them last season because we beat them in the league game. But the fact is that what Arsenal's now, as much as Arsenal want to win the Champions League, what Arsenal need to do is learn how to beat PSG in a knockout stage. Because let me tell you something now, PSG can be anything you want them to be.
Yep.
They're prepared for every scenario. They're prepared for going 1-0 up. They're prepared for a 0-0, and they're prepared for a game down. It's not like other teams in Europe and in England who wet the bed because Arsenal are going to go up and just think, I can't break them down. Atletico Madrid, Liverpool semi-final, I can't do it. We can't beat them down. Leverkusen, no, I can't do it. Newcastle, I can't do it. PSG don't mess about. Nothing was stopping them from getting the Champions League. We got ourselves.
And see, that starts with quality. Goes back all the way back to quality again. We circling all the way back to quality. We have to have better quality, and some of our fan base are too emotionally attached to some of these players. It is time. It is time. Some of these players is 6, 7, 8
It's time. It's time.
It's time for some of these players to be moved on so that we can move up.
Put the bins out.
Better players. Yeah, it's time to put the bins out. Time to put the bins out.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
It's time to go.
It's time to go.
Time to go. It's time.
For a lot of these fucking players.
No, it's time for some of these players to be up out of here because they have served their purpose. We've got a league. Thank you for your contributions, but now it is time to move to.
We've surpassed a lot of these players. Sorry about the fucking around. No, I need this shit.
Entertaining, you guess. We understand.
Yeah, and then this idiot spilled a drink all over my floor.
Oh yeah. All right.
Yeah, and I live with my own mate. Yeah, so I had to mop the gaff up.
The OCD.
I'm proper OCD, right?
Yeah.
Proper OCD.
Yeah.
Yeah. This woman said,
take the shoes around, they're not facing the right way.
she took her shoes off in my gaff when she got it. I was like, why are your shoes facing the wrong way? Yeah.
Now I do it every time I take my shoes
doesn't
off.
deliberately wind me up. Yeah. But no, real talk, yeah. We were listening. Yeah, we were listening, but this idiot spilled a drink. Yeah, that's our mumsy as well. But no, we've surpassed some of these players. And that's why the title is what the title is, yeah. Bukayo Saka, yeah, right? I'm sorry, mate. Yeah, I don't care you carried the club on your back for 5 years. What are you doing now? Carried your club on the back, yeah? Right? You come through the academy, that's cool. Oh, but we love him, he's star boy. We see that guy walk past the derby, yeah, with the Barca shirt on with Lamine Yamal on the back, yeah?
Yeah.
I said, yeah, Visca Barca, yeah? Yeah, he looked at me, I said, you know borders, bruv. You got Lamine Yamal on the back. Yeah, that's the real star boy. Yeah, Usman Dembele. Yeah, look at what they've done with him. Yeah, that guy was finished at Barcelona. Yeah, look at him now. Ballon d'Or winner.
Look at Doué.
Now, I'm not being funny. Doué. But Matty, you know I don't rate
I told you about Doué. I told you. Doué's a ball.
Yeah. And I said, I don't rate him. Yeah, Rance was banging all about him as well. I was like, I don't rate him. Matty, he was the best player on the pitch the other night. Best player on the pitch. Yeah, let's be real with it. He was.
How old is he?
19?
Probably younger than 19 or 20.
How old is Bakala and Zaire Emery?
Zaire Emery, he's played most of the games this season. I think Zaire Emery is 21.
Yeah, so he's 21. I
Chat,
think Barcola's
but in footballing wise, footballistically, they're veterans. Because and that's the question I was asking you about Max. A few weeks ago, you said that I know Max is 16, 17, but the
He's
question I
just
want
turned
to ask you,
16 in December, yeah.
yeah, 16. But one I want to ask you is that does age means nothing? It's football brain
Yeah,
age.
it's your experience.
Yeah, it's football. It's football. And you look at these guys physically, they can go on to dominate Europe because 20, 21. Dembele, was he 31 or how old is he?
No,
He's gotta be
Dembele's nowhere
30.
near 30, bro.
Well, no. Let me see. He's got to be right there by.
Dembele's got to be about, what, 27?
No, he should be close to it because he's been
How
around.
is Dembele? He's no,
How
nowhere near
old is
30.
how is
He's gotta be like 27.
He's 29. He's
How old
29.
is Kvaratskhelia?
Kai Havertz, yeah?
Kvaratskhelia is 26, I believe. I think he's 26. No, 20.
Yeah.
Might be younger.
So,
than that.
so what's happened is that you've got a situation where this team's going to be together for a long time.
Yeah,
Marquinhos,
25.
we have to replace Marquinhos. But the thing about what the situation is, right? It's them who are going to be the kings who are the team that you beat, not Real Madrid. Real Madrid are a mess.
But they could do a
Real-
40. Yeah, let's be real with you. Yeah? They could win it again and again.
Yeah, because simple reason is that they know how to win it. And if Arsenal want to get to that level, they have to learn how to beat them. But they're not going to beat PSG by going there and see if they can nick something. It's not going to happen.
Hey, good game.
And that's Arsenal's the second best team in Europe without a shadow of doubt. But that doesn't mean anything to us because PSG are the ones who are in the Champs-Elysees with the Champions League. And we just had the league.
No mention is 23. Jesus.
Let's
Tina and Lewis, how old are they?
And we're sitting there gassing up all of our, not us, yeah, but our fan base are gassing up all of these players. Yeah. Not being funny, mate. Yeah. Fair play, you won the league. Nuno Mendes is 23. Zaire Emery is 20. Pacho is 24. Bro, they could literally dominate.
Fellas, y'all talking about PSG. Let's talk about
They were founded the year Kenny was born.
Hey, y'all talking about y'all talking about
2 years
PSG.
earlier, sorry.
Let's talk about the luck of the draw. We've had the luck of the draw.
Oh, we had the easiest route to the final, guys.
Yeah, we
We're the
deserved
best
that.
team
We
in
deserved
Europe.
that. Yeah, but at the end of the day, we deserved that because we
Fair
did
play.
what
We got to the final, yeah.
we deserved it.
And well done to it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
eventually-
But let's be real, the
Which
best
you
team
play
always
PSG.
fucking wins.
But
Mate.
what I'm saying, gentlemen, is the odds of us pulling this off again the way we did it is
Not happening,
probably
mate.
low. So
Not
we're
happening.
going to have to,
Like, slimmer than me.
yeah, it's slim to none, and none just left.
Yeah,
And-
but you know,
Mate, I love it.
we're going to have to go back to the drawing board here and have to start planning correctly. It goes back to we need to develop an attack, and we need to tighten
we
the
could
ship
play
up.
in the league stage, you know. We could play PSG or
Yeah, you
Real
can-
Madrid in the league stage.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. See, that's what I'm saying. We can end up getting, we can put in one of them wallop groups, one of them groups from hell, and then you combine that with everything else that we have to deal with, and then we're having a whole different discussion. We have to, ladies and gentlemen, we have to go out and get quality in this team. I am begging. I am in. This is one thing I'm gonna see me whine about. I am begging and pleading that we get some serious quality in this team because we're gonna find ourselves. I told you this morning, Kenny. I said we will find ourselves in that situation quicker than a New York Minute. We're gonna wind up out in a situation where we're gonna have to play. When we have to play penalty kicks. We have to play these teams that got extra class that come off the bench. But you see what Barcelona's doing? Barcelona's loading it up. They get ready to load it up.
Well, this is Matty. This is what I was going to say.
Bayern
We're
Munich-
only talking about
Bayern-
PSG. We're only talking about PSG. People are forgetting what Bayern Munich are still a very good side, and they're going to improve.
And Barca are
Yeah.
fucking going to
Barca are going to improve. Real Madrid, we all
They
know
just
what
got
they're going to do.
640 grand off their wage bill, yeah?
They're just the
Right.
three major teams.
Right? And that signing's weird.
No disrespect to Barca. No disrespect to Barca. PSG are levels above them. It's not even going to be a close contest.
They're good. Listen, Kenny,
They're a
real
good
talk.
side. But PSG,
Real talk,
PSG
yeah? Were they good against us? That final,
Yeah,
yeah?
but you
Real
know what?
talk, yeah?
They didn't have to be.
Respectfully,
They didn't
were they
have to be.
good? No, they were
Yeah, but-
shit. But they
Yeah,
didn't
but-
have to be. That's the point.
They didn't have to be because at the end of the day, PSG are an experienced team who can prepare for every scenario. You
They
can
got
win
an
the Champions
experienced
League.
manager, Kenny.
Yeah,
Forget
yeah,
the
and experienced
players.
manager, but players as well.
They got a proper manager, and he looked rattled for 70 minutes until that penalty.
Yeah,
As soon as they scored that penalty, the game was done, mate.
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
fact is,
And I'll be real, yeah. Mosquera, I thought was playing really well. Yeah, because we didn't see Cavaschellia.
Hmm.
But this is the difference between good and great. You have that drop of the shoulder, drop inside, bang, he's made a mistake.
Yeah,
But they had three players
as
playing
well.
with injuries.
He was on a
didn't
yellow card as well.
they?
He was
They
on
had-
a
they
Hakimi,
had
that was
three
one of
players
the-
not fully fit.
Hakimi,
Hey.
straight in the team.
Saka was on a yellow card as well, wasn't he?
Don't get me started on that guy. Yet. I
No,
swear
but
down,
I'm just saying.
That
I'm not,
guy-
it's not
Really,
an excuse
he
for
wasn't
saying
fully
it.
fit though, was he?
What?
Now, real talk, lads. Here. Bukayo Saka, I'm sorry, mate. Yeah, you've
I
been
said
great
he's got
for
till
us.
January.
You've won fuck all. Yeah, you didn't play in the final when we actually won the FA Cup. You were an unused sub because the manager never trusted you. You carried the club on your back to nada. You broke your hamstring. Yeah, you want to be the guy. You always turn up when it's the 100th game. Oh, I scored in my 100th game. Oh, I scored in my 200th game. Oh, I scored in my 300th game. You always break to milestones, yeah? Yeah. You don't pass enough, mate. Yeah. Real talk. That guy, I'm sorry, mate. He ain't it. He ain't. But because he's the poster boy for the guy who runs the club, Arteta, and this fan base are infatuated with Arteta, yeah, they allow him. No, you can call it out, bro. Yeah, he ain't good enough. Yeah, he's been good enough to get us to where we are.
Lee,
Is he good enough to get us over the line? Let's not
Next.
forget England, yeah? Let's not forget England. I think he's played 4 or 5 finals. He's fucking lost them all. Bro, you're Harry Kane, mate. Yeah, you need to leave. Yeah, let's be real with it. Yeah, Odegaard. Yeah, man had like, what, 4 parts between them now, 10 completed passes. Not being funny, mate, yeah?
He needs to play. He's so pace.
Matty, Kenny, yeah, DJ, yeah, real talk, yeah. 10 completed passes all fucking game between
he's
two
got
of
a
them.
massive. He's got a massive.
Star boy and captain. Yeah, and we were invested watching it, and we're like, yo, we're playing well, we're doing all right. Yeah, now the dust settled, yeah. We've had the parade, cool, bless up everyone. Yeah, real talk, both of them need to fuck off.
He's got a massive season next season.
They ain't good enough, mate.
It's the soccer.
They ain't good enough, mate.
He's got a
Ain't good enough,
massive.
mate.
He's got a massive. season.
Martinelli, high disgrace.
Well, he needs to go this summer. He doesn't need to talk about him
I
next
said-
week. He needs to be out here. He needs to be leaving next
Not
week.
good enough, mate.
Yeah,
He needs to be
I
out here
said-
next week.
I need him gone now.
I said
Why
about
did Barcelona sign him? Why did they sign Anthony Gordon? Apparently, we've got the best players in the world, right? So why did Barcelona want Anthony Gordon? 70 mil.
Yeah.
Why didn't they sign Martinelli? Yeah, this fan base are a massive problem. Not all of them. Yeah. I'll talk to you backstage about some of these. Yeah, because I'm slut. Anyway. Yeah. Here's what it is, man. It's like, listen, we're all fucking pissed off. But at the same time, we're our champs. Yeah, but it's like 2 finals, and he totally. I don't blame him for the Champions League final result. Yeah, the League Cup final, he can swivel. Yeah, that was a fucking disgrace what he did in that final. Yeah, Champions League final. Yeah, I actually thought he had the right idea, but
Inexperienced, Lee.
Yeah.
Inexperience caught him.
thank you. Then you got Luis Enrique, mates. Yeah, this guy made Barcelona play better than Pep. Yeah, and everyone talks about Pep Guardiola's Barca. Yeah, let's not forget Luis Enrique's fucking Barca was elite, bro. Yeah, everyone says Pep's Barca is the best. I always say it as well, to be fair. Yeah, let's not forget Luis Enrique took that next level.
We've got to get. I'm
Strong.
going, JB, I'm going to hammer it again. We have to get quality players in, and we've got to start attacking it. We got to go
Get quality manager in, mate.
But
We got to go.
Matty,
Keep
Matty,
going.
I've been saying it. And look, I've been saying it. You've been saying it. That we need to get shift out players, right? But let's now look at it from the other angle. At the start of the season, we was all told that we've got the squad depth, we've got quality players, we've got the squad depth. I'm
Best
sorry.
squad in Europe, mate.
Why don't we ask the question? Why are these players dropped off so badly? Why has Martinelli dropped off so badly? Why has Saka dropped off? You see, everyone's saying we need quality players, and Matty, me and you have been saying it since day one, right? But now the question is, why have these players that we have, that are experienced players that have been with this manager for time, training every day with him, week in, week out? Why? When are we going to start looking at the other side of the coin and not the players as to the reasons why they have dropped off?
That's why
Why
I
is
said
Martinelli?
The PR DJ, the PR,
Why hasn't
the PR,
Trossard?
the PR.
Why hasn't Trossard gone levels? Why hasn't Jesus gone levels? Why hasn't Saka gone levels? Saka should be in the. Saka should be having a
Saka
price
should be
tag
in
on him of
Ballon d'Or
150
shouts.
million.
It
Ballon
should be
d'Or,
Ballon d'Or shouts.
right? So it's all right. So yeah, I agree. The reason why we need to get, and what worries me, if we do bring in all these ballers and all these players, is the same thing going to happen to them under this manager? This is what I'm saying. This is what people don't. The question has to be, why have these players dropped off so badly? This is
Because it's
it.
It's physics. It's a physics. It's a physics. Because the simple reason is that that Mikel wants to be players for all seasons. You know, man. For instance, first and foremost, you have to. He takes the footballing ability for granted. You have to work hard. You know, you have to run off the ball. But the most important thing is that even before we started playing good football in 22, 23, it was always a situation where I always looked at players and I thinking, right, if they don't run and they ain't got their defensive eyes at the back of their head, they won't play for this guy. It's not going to work. And I think the situation is that you can do both and you can do it consistently. You know what I mean? But the fact is that it's a shackles. Another thing as well is he's signing the very, very best in that position that can get us to win the game. Is
fucking Madueke, Kenny. Do me a favour.
Yeah, but it's Victor Gyökeres, Madueke, Eza.
Victor Gyökeres, to be fair, sorry to cut over you, yeah? Victor Gyökeres was the best in Europe over the last 2 years when we signed him.
Yeah, but the fact is that he's not good enough for Arsenal, in my opinion. He showed that in the European Cup final.
He was shit when he came on.
So the situation is...
All of them subs need to fuck off, mate. Yeah,
the situation is that the teams that have won the league in this country, they've been the best of the best. And some of those teams have gone on and won in Europe. Jurgen did it. Klopp did it in 19. Guardiola did it in 21, 23. Chelsea even did it. And they weren't even the best team in Europe. But they had big game mentality to win those games. In 21 against Man City when Pep self-armed, they won it against. I mean, they went to Bayern Munich and won it. You know what? I know Arsenal fans don't want to hear this. They got every right to take the mickey
in extra time. In extra time.
Yeah, but Kenny, real talk here. They're all shit scared of this manager. Yeah, he runs that club from top to bottom.
Yeah, because
if he says jump, they say how high. They've seen Aubameyang and Ozil leave this club, mate. Yeah. Oh, your pathway into the club, Skelly. Yeah, is at left back. Yeah, it's only because the fan base online, called it out and said playing with midfield. Yeah, that's how we want to leave, mate.
Yeah, but the problem if you're with Arteta is that the problem is we got to find a middle ground.
Yeah, because by the way, sorry to cut over you. Yeah, Gaffer in the chat. Yeah, man said get rid of Saka. The guy has won fuck all at our football club, mate. Fuck him.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. What I'm trying to say is you got to find middle grounds, because let's face it, the players you mentioned that Mikel Arteta got rid of, let's not forget that there's two sides to what happened in Baku. If you want to go down the fact that Unai Emery effed it up, that's fine. I've got no problem with that. I respect you for that. But let's not pretend that certain big names didn't try in that game against Chelsea, and I won't forgive them. No. So what you're saying is a situation, a manager has to be in charge. He has to be able to do that. But the problem is that there has to be a situation where there has to be a leader in the field that can say, look, we're going to change it ourselves because we're getting bombarded and we know how to work it out. And can you just leave it to us? We don't have that now. And that's a situation. But the problem is that he's learnt from the best. Joe Guardiola is a control freak. I've never seen a player go to Joe Guardiola and say, we're going to change it ourselves. I've never seen Company do it. I've never seen De Bruyne do it. I certainly didn't see any player at Barcelona do it. So the modern footballer is not a game manager. Even Stephen G wasn't allowed to do it under Benitez.
Thanks.
So we're in a situation where all the things that we take for granted, all the stories about Tony Adams saying that we worked it out ourselves under Wenger, and we just said, just leave it out, we'll take care of this. Or sometimes where certain players used to tell George Graham and Sir Alex Ferguson, F off, they know what's going on, you blah, blah. It's not happening now. Everything's analysis.
To be fair, Haaland told fucking Pep Jogger. Yeah. He's on fuck off, but that's. And the only player, so is Kobe. I'm sorry, I shouldn't.
That's all right.
Yeah, right. The only player that's ever been allowed under Pep to do that is Messi. That's it.
Messi. But that's the thing. The problem is that it's down to the manager and down to his coaches as well to formulate a style. Because let's face it, we all want to play football with panache. But I'll tell you one thing. You won't win the Champions League by not playing with a bit of panache. It's not going to happen. It can't happen. The Champions League you've got top class players. Don't get me wrong. Our physicality works in the Conference League. It works in the Europa League, in the Premier League, in the Champions League, which is the premier competition in Europe. Eventually, you'll find a team that's as good as you, and that your physical attributes won't be enough to overpower them. It was enough to get us to the final and overpower teams, even Bayern Munich. But it weren't enough for this team.
But he's been
we're not intimidated.
But,
we weren't intimidated.
But the thing is, this manager now, Arteta, he's been in the game long enough now to have learnt lessons in big games. He's not a rookie. He's no longer a rookie. He's on £25 million a year next season. He's one of the highest paid managers in world football. With one Premier League title. Let's get it right. He's got to start learning how to manage big game situations. Look,
big name players, maybe. Big players with big personalities.
He's got to start learning in-game management, whether that's the penalty shootout, whether it's making the right substitutions at the right time. He's not just been dragged off the streets and gone. He's not. If he'd have only been in management for 2 years and we're paying a PSG, I'd understand it. But there were situations in that game Saturday where I'm thinking, come on, do something. Even if we look, just do something. Give us something to cheer about. And he's relying on Gabriel, Saliba, Incape, Mosquera, Rice. And that's all he's relying on. And I keep saying it, the scariest thing about this football team that no one ever mentions, you take 3 players out of this football team, we are finished. Gabriel, Saliba, and the goalkeeper, possibly Rice, we are finished.
And look at them. They took off Dembele, Fabian Ruiz, they took off Vitinha.
And listen, you know, and what I'm hearing over the parade, I'm hearing, oh yeah, we're going to dominate for the next 5 years. We're going to dominate for the next 10 years. Saka, Bukayo Saka, steaming down the wing like that. Saka.
Prove it.
Listen,
prove it.
What I'm saying is now, I'm sorry, but this manager has had enough experience to navigate some sort of pressure on one of the top teams in Europe and show his worth. He had some. We've all said it. We've got the players. We've got the players. We've got the squad depth.
It's been a good season, DJB. It's been a good season.
It has been a good season.
I'm over the moon with the season, Kenny. You've still got to address the problems. You've still got to address the problems. We've been in 2 cup finals and put on a shit show, right? We've also had the easiest opportunity to win an FA Cup and got knocked out by Southampton. We've come away. 1 minute we're quadruple winners.
Who
We've
got
come
done?
away with one trophy. And the only reason why that trophy is so important is because we haven't won it for 22 years. And I get that.
Facts.
And I get that. And I totally get it. And I celebrated it. And I've not slept for weeks thinking about it. It's been brilliant. But the bottom line is when the dust settles and we go into the new season, we've got to find a way to turn this club into a force. That's the reason why we moved to the stadium behind me. I don't want a one-hit wonder. We're not a pop star. We're not a pop group. I don't want a one-hit wonder where we win the Premier League and then sit on our laurels and win nothing for the next 5 years. And this is what I'm scared of under this manager. And I'm sorry, I've given him his flowers. I've praised him. Well done, Mikel Arteta. But I'm not going to throw a dust sheet over it and forget about everything else that's gone before it in the last 6 years that we've had to put up with. And I'm not going to forget how we've turned up in 2 cup finals this season and we've not laid a glove on either team. And they're the top teams. And if you want to be the top team, you want to be at the top table and you want to be regarded as one of the top teams in Europe, you've got to find a way to lay a glove on the top teams in big competitions. And, that's how I am at the moment. I'm very frustrated about this Champions League. I really am.
Well, you wanted the Champions League more. And the fact is that you could actually, a lot of us, I was probably like skeptical, but Lee was very bullish. Matty,
I thought we would.
It was good. All I've heard from you the last 2 years is that the Champions League is the holy grail. And I respect you for that. I think the league's more important, and I'm satisfied with what we've done. But a football match happened, and as you correctly said, it wasn't the European Super Cup, it wasn't the Community Shield, it wasn't a dead rubber in the league that we've already won. It was the Champions League final, the most prestigious game in world football, and we had an opportunity to be an elite football club. Not a team
after that fucking squad can fuck off, mate. Honestly.
And so
it's the biggest game we've ever played in your life.
Because in a cold light of day, I went out and I said to a lot of fans, some of them were in tears, people crying.
I was crying at full time.
Yeah, people crying in the.
We could have done a double.
Yeah, I know. People crying, and I said to one guy in his cry, I said, "Look, we're going to be back next year. We now know what's required." And I said,
"Yeah, but do you think that though, Ken? You genuinely think
it's not about Kenny? It's not about
now I know what's required. I think we should be because we know what's required. We know what we should do, and we know who to beat. If we beat these lot, we're going to. They're the only team that are better than us in Europe. I'm not bullish. Be like the channel that's based in famed villas. I've seen enough now in this competition to know that a lot of teams in Europe, especially when you see the other competitions, they cannot cope with English clubs' physicality. And we are the top English club, and we've got to the final by basically not playing attractive football. Can you imagine if we did just tweak it a bit? We can go and win this competition.
Kenny,
Barcelona are not better than us. Real Madrid are a mess. They're people. If you take away the reputation, you beat Real Madrid and Barca.
I'm going to put on my Virgo hat, JB. You know what you know what that means. You know what that means. I hear what Lee's saying, and I hear what Kenny's saying, and I agree with what Kenny's saying. But does management believe that? Are they on board with that philosophy? Is the manager on board with that philosophy? Yeah, I see post-game matches and everything like that. I'm going to say it again. There has to be a selling out. Lee, JB, Kenny, y'all know this because y'all play a little ball yourself. You had those double knockout tournaments sometimes. You lose a game, you drop down, or they have those double elimination tournaments you play in. I coached one time. I was telling Norski this yesterday. I coached one time, and we got put out on goal differential by 1 point. Didn't lose a game. I was pissed. We had to drive 3.5 hours back home, and on the 3.5 hour drive. And if one of my players watches us, Lisa, he might actually be in the chat. And he'll tell you. Every time I would drive and I turn around, I look over to him. I say, you know what? We are gonna make some people pay about this. We're gonna make some team pay. There has to be bill collected next year. Lee, you know what happened next year? Remember that story I told you? We beat that team 28-0. That's what happened next year. That's what happened the next year. We beat the team 28-0. And I had to
got a league mentality, mate.
You have to have
these
the
man's
mentality.
rolling around getting paid.
No.
They couldn't give a fuck.
It has to be that the mentality has to be.
It don't hurt them, mate.
We are coming back to this final by hook or by crook. It has to be that, Lee.
It has to be.
It has to be.
Yeah, but lads, it don't hurt these players. They're going home to their £1 million house. They have 300 grand car, wife.
I hear you, but footballers are dispensable. If they don't want it badly,
they're dispensable. And they're dispensable, can be, yeah. And guess what? We've seen Garnacho leave Manchester United. Yeah, the guy is dog shit. And he's gone to Chelsea. We've seen Madwegi pull up for fucking nearly 60 fucking million.
At the end of the day, these players are still professional, and there has to. There's somebody
that's professional because they get.
It's a question.
They're not professional. They're all fucking liars, cheaters, and stealers, bruv. Yeah, and anyone say I'm tipsy? Yeah, I am tipsy, bruv. Next, I've had a fucking enough. Yeah, they're only professional, mate, because they get told what to do. They're not professional. They're not professional, bro.
Yeah, I think what's happened.
When he came on that pitch, what the fuck did he do, bro? Eze, let it all work out. Mural outside the ground, brother. What the fuck are you getting tranquilized for when you're doing your run up? Yeah, Gary Magalhaes, cool. Yeah, I allow him for a little bit. I can't lie. However, my dad calls him the fake bad man, the fake gangster for a reason. When it really fucking mattered, that's orbiting space, bro. Yeah, it's like, come on, mate. Yeah, you're all getting paid a fuck ton of money. Forget the money for 1 second. Yeah, do they actually give a fuck like you lot do? You two were at the fucking parade, yeah. 1 million people there. Bless up to everyone. Yeah, there's people that were at the fucking final, bro. They spent a fortune. Yeah, it's annoying. Yeah, do they actually give a fuck like you do? No. So why the fuck are you lashing on to these players? They're all indispensable.
Yeah, but the thing is that the problem is that the
yes,
modern,
I am tipsy, by the way.
I hear you, but the thing is, Lee, you got to remember one thing. The modern, our fans come in all different shapes and sizes. They will support our club for various reasons. Some people will support the club because they fell in love with it. Others will support the club because it's their local club. Others support the club because it's fashionable to support Arsenal. It's cool. Their mates support Arsenal. Some people could support the club because Arsenal got a lot of black players. So they feel inclusive. Just like if you look at Liverpool, a lot of Asian men and women are Liverpool fans. That's where a lot of people support the club. Ultimately, majority of fans will support a club where they are attached to the player. As far as they're concerned, the younger fans who go home and away, they sing the songs, they love the manager, they feel that you've got to be behind the team 24/7. They still think the team's bad, they're still great. They support they are attached to the players. Me, myself, I'm attached to the club. The club is the star. And I always see players as dispensable because in any other walk of life, the footballers are equivalent to me of a bank worker who's as a consultant on a 2-year, 12-month contract and it's rolling, just like a footballer's contract. 3-year contract, rolling. If they're any good, we'll keep them on and we'll extend the contract or we'll sell them and get our money back. That's how I see the players. I'm not attached to them. I'm not attached to the manager. I support Arsenal Football Club. I don't believe in this bullshit of, I support the man in charge because that's how I can show as a great supporter. No. I'll back the team and I'll get behind his team and I'll clap him off at the end of the game because they're wearing a shirt. But I'm going to hold him to account because I want my club to win.
Absolutely.
That's all I mean.
Absolutely.
But not every fan has to be like me.
I mean, another
go on.
question that has to be asked though is: did we buy them players to win the Premier League, or did we buy them players to win both Premier League and Champions
Premier
League?
League. We brought them to bring the Premier League.
We bought them to win the
Holy
Premier
Grail.
League. Right. So on that basis, then the next hurdle is if this club is going to be great, and I keep saying it, you're not a great club until you win the European Cup, as far as I'm concerned. If we're going to win major honours, we've now got the next level, along with Matty, is we've got to now buy players to win the Premier League and the Champions League.
Correct.
And the only way we're going to do that is to get rid of the players that are not good enough. And this is the crossroads we've come now. And this manager now has got to make a decision. Does he stick with what he knows, like you rightly say, Kenny, or does he twist and say, right, go to the Berta, sit them down during the summer when the World Cup's going on and everything else, and say these are the players that need to go, and these are the players I want.
Do it. Very few managers do it.
And these are the players I want, because if we are only going to make one or two changes, and we don't recruit right in the summer, and we're buying the likes of the Maduekes again in the summer, then we're going to be back to the same situation now. We're only going to have a team good enough to win the Premier League. Yeah,
but DJB, you got to remember, there's only, just as there's very few world-class players, there's very few world-class managers. You know why we have world-class managers? It's not actually their results. It's not the players they buy. Is that very few managers have the sixth sense to know when they need to move a player on. Not all the players are going to play consecutively for them over 20 years or 15 years or 10 years. They have to be able to make that decision. There's only very few managers that actually done that.
Yeah.
Sir Alex done it.
Yeah, Alex.
Bob Paisley did it at Liverpool.
Yeah.
They're only two managers I can think of. Harry Kendall did it a bit when he was at Everton between 84 and 87. But most of the managers have let a team get old. Even Joey Guardiola has let Man City kind of
young on to De Bruyne, or young on to all.
He could have made a decision on Company. He could have made a decision of De Bruyne, but he didn't. He let it go on. Klopp blatantly could have freshened it up with Liverpool. Arsene Wenger, that's well documented that he let the team go on too long. He didn't make the decisions that we needed at the time. So only very few managers have done it. I think of 3 managers who've been able to have that sixth. Not all managers have that sixth sense to decide that they don't need a player and make those difficult decisions. Most managers we know are one of those players who don't know how to change things, don't know how to freshen things up. They let a player get to a situation where he's not the same player anymore. The Salah situation should never been allowed to happen at Liverpool, but that started with Klopp, and it kind of carried on with Slot. And then when he was trying to do something about it, it's too late because Liverpool are losing every week. So not every manager has that ability to make those decisions. Maybe Jose, and I say maybe, but there's no factual, but I've only seen 3 managers in all the times I watch football, and this is going back nearly 50 years, where it's a skill. It's a skill to be able to look at your team and think, right, I don't need them anymore. I need to freshen this up. Some managers don't have the skill.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying, Kenny. And but the worrying thing about that is that when the players, you've then got to make the players you've got effective. And at the moment, our final third is not effective to go and win in Europe. This is what I'm saying. It's just not effective. It's only really not. It's not really been effective in the Premier League. Let's be brutally honest. What's won us the Premier League is our defensive unit. That's what's won us the Premier League: set pieces and our defensive unit. It's not really been our attacking sense. Look at the figures. Look at the output of our forward line. So if we can't move players on, and we're not going to make, we're not going to get lots of players in certain areas, We've got to find a way to make that forward line more effective. And the only way we're going to do that is to just give them some sort of freedom how to play and everything else, because Saka is unrecognisable. He's completely unrecognisable. You know, and it's frustrating. But listen, you know, the league's won. We've got over that hurdle, but now we've got to find another hurdle to jump. How can we move forward? Otherwise, because these other clubs now, the only thing on their mind now, the likes of Man United can't. They're in a situation we was in before we won the Premier League. They're in a situation now where they've got to find a way to win that Premier League. They have to find a way to win that Premier League.
But they're not going to stop that.
They're going to improve. They're going to improve.
Yeah, but Man United,
if he takes over Liverpool, has been told, right, Champions League, Premier League, that's it. He's going to find a way. So all of these clubs are going to improve. So we've got to find a way, Kenny.
Yeah, but you know what? You know why? Because Man United fans, Liverpool fans, and the prospective clubs are watching people talk about how big Arsenal are worldwide. People even had the audacity to say that Arsenal's now the biggest club in the world. They're not having that. They're not having that. They're not having that. Man United won't have it. Liverpool won't have it. Because they think they're the biggest clubs in the world. So they'll come up
next season is going to be a real eye-opener next season. Because when you're champions, it's a lot different going into next season.
Yeah, but we have to prepare for that, because simple reason is that we know how to win. Now we need to know how to dominate. It's two different pastimes. Getting to the Champions League final is different than actually winning it. Winning and domination is two different levels. 100%.
No, and and again, it's like the players like Havertz and stuff like that. Yeah, he's done what's required when he's had to. You know, the goal against Burnley, the goal in the Champions League. But come on, man. I mean, we've got to find a way to get some sort of strike force. You know, we're relying on Gyökeres, who's struggling to find his feet.
The money's there. The money's there. Money's there, but you can't run a business and just spending money and keeping dead wood. You have to move it on. That's how businesses run. Doesn't matter how much whether you're making £700 million in 1 year. Doesn't matter. You still got to run it as a business.
Absolutely.
Okay, guys. Real talk, yeah. Bless up to everyone locked in. This Gaffer guy, yeah. You can jog on, bro. Yeah. I see 20. I see no, Kenny, DJ, Matty, Leanne's sat here right now. Bless up my little sis. She's gonna pour me a pint. Then we're going out. Now I'm a bit tipsy. Yeah, and I don't give a fuck. I'm unapologetic with it. Yeah, we was in the gaff around the corner the other day. There's 25 people sat there. There was another geezer. I'm not gonna say his name, but he used to play for Leicester. Yeah, before Vardy. Yeah, and I'm not going to say what he does your job now, but it's to do with gambling. Just literally
Marshall.
Just me. Right. So then he's like, I said, do you think we'll win the final? And he knows Mr. Sociable. She met Mr. Sociable.
Oh.
Yeah, she met Mr. Sociable. Then he's like, oh, all them geese over here. Leanne, you see it, yeah?
Yeah.
All taking snide videos and pictures, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're proper old school, like your age, DJ, your age, Ken, yeah? Right? All taking snap. Yeah, I go to that gaff every Friday, yeah, in the summer because it's shut in the winter. Yeah, I don't give a fuck, and I'm going back there next Friday, or this Friday, because it's my birthday on Friday, and they can all fucking hold that again. Right? So we're sat there, right? And I'm like, bro, do you reckon we'll win the final? And he was like, oh, I don't know, I think we'll have a chance. I said, I think we'll have a chance. He goes, they're all Malaga Arsenal supporters club. I said, I know they are, because I know two of them from back home, mate. And I said, they don't know who I am, though. They do, but they don't know. If you know, you know. Yeah. And he goes, I'll bring them all over. You heard him, lad, yeah? Yeah, I'll bring them all over. I said, you won't, mate, because they want to shank me up. They've been taking videos of me all day. Yeah. My missus was there. He never came back over and said, "Oh yeah, by the way, yeah, that she can't stand you." Yeah, he just walked straight to the bathroom. I said, "I told you, innit, mate?" Yeah, not one of them done a damn thing, brother. Fuck off. Yeah, do something to shut up. I'm sick of people chatting shit, lads. Yeah, right. I'm not going to go down this route. Yeah, but the fact and reality is, yeah, we went to 2 finals this season, and I'm fuck all. Yeah, we won the league by default, really, because we fucking nearly bottled it. And listen, we're all happy we won the league, and I've stormed that gaff. I'm storming that gaff again. Yeah, right. But then, and I've been smashed over. Sorry, guys, I've been fucking hammered since we won the league. Yeah, and I will suck myself up. Breathe, because I'll say something I shouldn't. Yeah, but the fact and reality is, yeah, half of this fucking squad needs to piss off, right? This manager ain't good enough. Fair play to him. He's got us over the line. Yeah, he's got us over the line. That's not a lie. He's got us over the line, yeah? Right? But at the same time, looking back at that final, I ain't going to ever watch that back again, yeah? Looking back at the final, the only players that, for me, yeah, walk out that with credit, Kai Havertz, take a bow, bro. Yeah, for me. Yeah, and I didn't realise it was that quick, by the way. Yeah, he put the jets on. We were sat there watching on the watch along. I was like, right, it's quick. Then that makes sense because he's 6'4". Yeah. But I didn't realise it's that quick because every time we watch him, we're like, he looks strange. Yeah. Incapi, take a bow, bro. Skelly, take a bow. Yeah. Goalkeeper, take a bow. He was the only goalkeeper to save a penalty, wasn't he? Yeah. Let's be real. Yeah. Mosquera, up until the penalty, cool. But that's the difference between good and great. So you need to level up. And I told every single person when we signed that case here, that guy relies on his pace and he's mad rash. What happened? Relied on his pace and he was rash. Yeah. Other than that, Declan, you're my guy always. Yeah. Other than that, it was fucking good, bro. Yeah. Eze, shit. Yeah. We go for all the thing. Who cares? Yeah, the centre back, Gabby, I was so upset he missed that penalty. Yeah, but again, this is the point when people go, "Oh, why you got an agenda?" When the pressure is on, yeah, and it's a pressure game, Champions League final under the fucking lights, mate. Yeah, go and do that, yeah, and win it. Yeah, or at least get us to like next whatever. Yeah, right. We see it with Dortmund a couple of years ago when Real Madrid beat it. When Carvajal scored the header off the corner. They were clean through 4 times, Borussia Dortmund. They go and do that against Heidenheim or Hoffenheim or fucking Leverkusen. Yeah, they will score it, bro. You're now playing Champions League final at Wembley, yeah, against Real Madrid. Under the lights where 1 billion people around the world watching. Shit the bed, mate. That's Gabby Magalash. And that's why I call him the Bozo G. Because when it really matters, he's been fucking outstanding. I fucking hate it was in like decisive penalty. And I do. Yeah, I do hate it. Yeah, that's why I'm fucking upset. I'm still upset. Yeah, I did cry full time. I don't give a fuck if anyone clips it up, yeah? Fake a fan. I didn't even do a fan cam, mate. Yeah. Facts and reality is, yeah, when the pressure's on, yeah, people shit the bed. Yeah, and we see the ones that shit the bed. Yeah, and we fucking know them. We've seen them in 4K, mate. Martinelli, fuck off. Eze, fuck off. Starboy, oh, mate, you can jog on, mate. Yeah, the captain. Yeah, if I say what I want to say about that captain, mate, yeah, I swear down, never have this channel ever again. Yeah.
Yeah,
so we're speaking
you got stuff your channel, mate.
Dirty Harry.
We got to talk. We got to talk footballistically.
There's a guy who goes in the gaff down the road, yeah, he's Norwegian, and he told me how to say Odegaard. It's not Odegaard, it's Odegaard. Yeah, I said, oh dear God. I said, come collect your captain, mate. He goes, yeah, I like him. I said, well, you fucking collect him, mate. Yeah, he's lovely, isn't he? But yeah, bless him. He's got massive.
I think what's his
bless him.
You know, it is, Matty.
He does.
Mikel's got a day. You know, he needs to. We need to know which players we need and which players we don't need.
Say it one more time.
What I'm trying to say is that we need to know which players we need and which players we don't need. And that's the thing. That's the
Yeah,
skill.
Okay, Kenny, name the players that you keep then. Ryder, I'd keep for now. Yeah, Timber, Mosquera, I'd keep for now. The centre backs, I'd keep. Yeah, Skelly, Incapi. Well, you'd definitely keep it. It's in his ass. Yeah, she was out again. Yeah, I bet you were. Yeah, Rice.
Yeah.
I'd keep Jokeris. I know you wouldn't. But I'd keep Jokeris. Yeah. Other than that, I'm kind of struggling, mate. Yeah.
Well,
Other than that, Dowman, obviously. But other than that, I'm kind of fucking struggling. Saka, yeah. I swear down, yeah. Saka and Odegaard, yeah. Or £500,000 a week, yeah. You can fuck off. Fuck you.
well,
Sorry, Kenny, but what would you do?
All right, I'll keep the goalkeeper because he's levels now. Right
yeah,
back,
Brian,
I'll
I'll keep for now, but he ain't.
I'll keep
He's not good
Timber.
enough, mate.
I'll keep Mosquera. I'll keep all the centre halves. I'll keep. I like Calafiori out and lie. That's on project. I'm apologetic about it
as well.
I like him. Midfield, I'll keep Declan. I'll give Zubimendi one more season, and then I've got to make a decision on him.
In the 8, Kenny.
Miles,
in the 8.
Miles, I like. He's staying. And Wanyeri, I'll bring back from loan because I think he needs to be playing first team football and he'd be useful for us. Up top.
They can all jog on. All of them.
Up top. I'll keep Saka because I still rate him very high. I'm not happy.
Kenny, why would you keep Saka though?
Because
let's be real with it. He's been here since before this manager got the job.
Yeah,
he was here under Emery. The geezer's one fuck all. Yeah, fair enough.
I know. Yes, I know, but he's a player that I still think can do something for us. Odegaard, I've given him to Odegaard. I think we need to sell. We need to play differently, and I think he needs to go. Madueke, no, it hasn't worked out, mate. You've got to go because you. Thanks for the contribution to help us win the league. You must have done something towards that, and you have contributed in a way. But I need you to get in that first team. I need you to push Saka for his place and replace him, and you're not doing that. So there's no point in you being here, in my opinion, if you can't do that. So he's going to have to go. Martinelli and Trossard, I'm sorry, we need an upgrade on you guys. Trossard especially is harsh, but you're not good enough for this club if we want to move the wheel. So these are players that I'll keep. There's still a lot of players who will keep. There's a few players who are in the last chance saloon for me.
Is Saka on that list?
Yes. Because I expect more for Saka. I set Saka higher standards than everyone else because I believe he's our best player, and I set higher standards. I won't set the other players' standards because they're not the players I think are going to win me football matches. He is. So my standards and expectations of him are always going to be higher than everyone else.
And everyone puts him up there like he's the best player in the fucking world. So we're holding him to that standard.
Yeah.
Where was the all final, mate?
My thing with Saka is that next year is the judgment year because he's got to rebound from this year, next year. Then we'll have this. He's on basically a 1 year deal. Just need to look take a look at him. Like I said, we had injuries this year coming back from. We know where he's coming back off of from last season. Have a look at him next year and see where we are. But the one that must be moved on as up to right now, as I'm speaking, the paperwork should be drawn up on is Martin Odegaard, Martinelli, and it's somebody else that I'm missing. The chatter to tell me. Norgard, Matt Wakey. These paperwork need to be. They should be handed. They should be handing the paperwork over our chair right there. You can hand that sign right now.
Would you keep Trossard as a bench? Would you keep Trossard as a squad player?
No. He can move on.
No.
You can move on too.
So this is what I'm saying. Yeah. So again, it comes back down to.
Thank you, Chad.
We've spent £1 billion and we are going into next season out in 5-6 players. There has to be a point where we just turn around and go, why are these players dropped off the... This
But
is what I'm
you-
saying.
you
It's
know what,
another process again. It's another process again, isn't it? Really?
David, we'll
It's
talk
a
about this.
retool. It's a retool. That's what you got told, DJ. Retool.
Yeah,
We'll
right.
talk about that
Yeah,
in the call.
Havertz. See, I wouldn't keep Havertz. I'm
we-
sorry, I wouldn't keep Havertz.
these
I wouldn't-
players.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
He's earned a bit of respect.
He's got away with it this year.
Real talk. He's earned some of my respect, yeah, because that guy scored in Champions League final.
Yeah,
but
I
you know
agree.
what?
Yeah, and he scored the goal against Burnley that made Man City shit the bed. Yeah. But at the same time, he ain't fucking good enough, mate.
Yeah, but the thing about it, guys, is that we have to be honest. We've got away with it where players have fallen off. Liverpool weren't lucky. We're unlucky where all their players fell off, and this is where they are in the league. They scraped to the Champions League. We got lucky because we had a very good start to the season. But next season, we don't want a situation where we're in a situation where, despite the fact we won the league, we're taking that bad form into the next season. Because that will, we won't be winning the league if certain players don't make it so. We can't carry players next season because I think Liverpool are going to be strong. I think Man United will be a nuisance. And I think Man City is still there. They're still a big team. And any team managed by Alonso is going to be a good side, especially if he's given control and he's surrounded by people who are good at their jobs.
Yeah.
Listen, we are going to wrap this up because I need to go out. And she's amazing, by the way. Bless her. Yeah. And do you know what? I only found out today because I was on FaceTime with her mum. I never knew this yet. Right, her name's Leanne, obviously. And I always call you Leanne because I don't like dumbing names down.
Yeah.
Right? Her mum told me, why is she called Lily? Yeah, Lily Whites. Fuck off.
That's it. Kenny's never going to call me Lily again, though.
Yeah, Kenny, don't ever call her Lily ever again, mate. I swear down, yeah, you're right. Yeah, she's like Lily White. She's like, look at my pillow. Yeah. Fuck it. I said, why is there a cock balancing on a basketball?
Chicken.
A chicken balancer. So I said, this is why I called her Leanne, mate. I didn't know that. But no, real talk, this woman's a real one, yeah. And bless her for flying at it. I appreciate it. I do. Yeah, shame we didn't win it. Yeah, you see how upset I am. Yeah, and we're all upset. We're all fucked off. Yeah, it's annoying. Yeah, and don't let that overshadow the fact we won the league. But at the same time, don't let the league overshadow the fact this guy's bottled fucking enough trophies, mate. Yeah, is what it is. And a lot of these players, they ain't good enough. Yeah, and he ain't good enough. Yeah, I'll keep him because he's won a trophy. I'll stand with that. Like, he's won a trophy. I wanted the League Cup, yeah. I'll keep him. Matty, Kenny, DJ, chat. You all know. I said, win the League Cup. Yeah, bless up Oliver every time as well. Yeah, because like RIP saved the cups. Operation saved the cups. Yeah, win a trophy, bro. Right, James Love, brother. Bless up right there. Chefaj. There's it. I speak Romanian as well. Yeah, but at the same time, yeah, enjoy the summer, man. Yeah, because you see next season, yeah, this guy ain't changing. Everyone thinks the shackles are coming off. Good fucking luck. Yeah, real talk. This guy's now going to sit there and think, well, I've got over the line and do it like that. Yeah, you watch next season, he's going to get worse, mate.
Yeah, I've been saying it.
Yeah, and he is. He is going to get worse. The shackles ain't coming off. All them people that flew out there, yeah, the near 20-odd thousand that went out to Budapest. Yeah. Swear to God, they spent a fucking fortune on that game. Yeah. And we did that. Yeah. And when we were watching it live, matey, yeah, on the stream, we was like, yo, we're playing all right. We're playing all right. We're playing all right. Yeah. As soon as Mosquera fucked up, and I don't even blame Mosquera. Listen, it is what it is, isn't it? Don't blame the manager. Yeah. But at the same time, we've done £1 billion, 6.5 years deep. Yeah, and we're sitting there gassed up over one Premier League. Yeah, when this fucking... If I want to say what I was, I'm not going to do it. I'm going out. Yeah.
Get ready.
Get ready, babe. Yeah, we're going out. Yeah, let me get the super chats. The AFC watch along was an embarrassment. Right, bro? I don't know why anyone watches that channel. I can't lie. Yeah. I ain't watched anything. Bless up, Scotty. Big up JFT. Can he tell us the story behind the Chelsea meme? Which one? I don't know what that means, bro.
Can you tell us a story behind the Chelsea?
This
Well,
is just
excuse me,
silliness.
boss.
This is silliness. It's about something that happened 10 years ago. Silliness when I was at an away game at the Bridge.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
no, fuck that.
We've
Kenny,
done
fuck
that story.
Move on.
Nonsense. It's
No,
nonsense.
sorry.
I've moved on a
Kenny,
long
I
time
don't know.
ago.
I thought he was talking about, excuse me, boss, what team you support? Yeah.
It's
Big up
just
Scotty.
silliness.
Arsenal are now one of only 3 teams to have played in 2 or more Champions League finals, not win it. The other 2 were Reims. Yeah, we're shit. Yeah, we've been winging it for a long time, mate. Big up Shaitanya, always love my guy. Yeah, we need a superstar forward signing. Mikel can't be an elite manager till he manages big personalities. Yeah, Pep, Mourinho, Fergie, Carlo. Bro, he don't want big personalities. He wants people he can control. Yeah, because he knows he's winging it. Listen, he's got us over the line for the league. It's a fair. But it's annoying, man. We could have won that fucking league cup. We could. PSG were there for the taking. Yeah, Man City were there for fucking taking. There's been other teams. DJ, you walked out the fucking Newcastle game last year. Yeah, that PSG game last year was an absolute shit show. Yeah, it's like, how many more shit shows do we have to watch? Yeah, fair enough, he's won the league. Yeah, any Liverpool fans in here, yeah? Arne Slot's been sacked, mate. Yeah, well, let's see if this guy gets sacked if he don't win nothing next season. He won't because of Slot. Rashad. Yeah,
fact,
big up foot. Go on, sorry.
What I'm trying to say with the situation is that, look, the picture's very clear. That we're being told that there's money to spend. We're being told how much we made. So what we got to do is just get the players in. You know, you don't need to be an experienced football man to know that if you win the league, you have to be able to repeat that success. It's not going to be easy, but that has to be your mentality. You don't just assume because you won a league and everyone's in transition that you're going to win it the next season and the season after that. You could get a shock. Let's not forget, everyone fell asleep when Leicester City won the league in 2016. And we said that could never happen. Well, it did happen. You know? Aston Villa could have 1 year where they think, bloody hell, they could win it. There is no top 6. There's not a very strong operating top 6 anymore. And Newcastle only do well every other year. So the situation is that just remember, it took us 6 years to win the league. Many times where we dropped the ball and we've won it, but we've won it because we deserved to, because ultimately early doors.
We won it by the right amount of points, roughly.
Yeah, but our pre-Christmas form won it for us, and our late form, where we put Man City under pressure, and they were able to succumb. They succumbed to that pressure.
There's enough players that are getting injured next season, mate.
Next season, we've got to make sure that we don't open the door to Man City. We see off the Liverpool challenge. We see the Man United end.
Man United ain't doing the fucking thing
all season because we'll win it easily. And then when we get the Champions League final, where PSG wrap their league up, we probably won't go into games like this tired.
Big up to Foolish Snippets. Mikel didn't need your approval. I'm going to stop reading that super chat because I ain't going to read and waste my time on the rest of it.
Look at the name.
Yeah.
Look at the name.
Yeah.
Foolish.
Yeah. Foolish. I ain't going to read the rest of that, mate. Thanks for your 2 rupees, bruv. Nobody cares. No, real talk. He didn't need your approval. I bet he's devastated that I didn't give him my approval, mate. Yeah. Let me know when you go to a game, innit? Yeah. Props to Rijkaard and Enrique for saving football. We have to take the L every now and again. It is what it is. Big up Oregon Goon. The Goon. Imagine Arteta having Mbappe playing defence. Switch away.
You put him right back.
Might put him in goal.
You put him left back.
Inverted.
You got to remember, this is a guy that put Rice at right back in a crucial game against West Ham. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
Let's
Russell
not
only
forget
played
this.
right back twice in his entire. He's played right back 3 times in his entire career, and 2 were at Arsenal.
I was looking down at my
And
phone.
the
during-
only time he played it at West
You
Ham
know,
was 2017.
I'm looking at my phone during the watch along, and then I just look and see JB say, "Am I looking at Declan Rice at right back?"
Oh, man, that was fucking funny. Yeah, he was like, "Yo, JB's just texted me."
I had to
Yeah.
check, Matt. I had to have a reality check because I couldn't see with my eyes. I couldn't see it.
The thing is, like, listen, we all love the club, yeah. Whether you live in England or afar, yeah, we all love the club. We just have different ways of how we're going to get to where we want to get to. You know, the thing is, yeah, is this guy right here and this guy right down here. Yeah, they fucking go week in, week out. Spent a fucking fortune on this club. They were at the parade yesterday. Never got weighed in. Funny that. But anyway, yeah, you spent an absolute fortune. This guy right below me is getting up at fucking 4 a.m. some days. Yeah? You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, man. Like, all you guys that watch around the world, yeah, you're fans as well. Of course you are. Yeah, if people want to take the piss, yeah, sorry, mate. This manager ain't going to shag you. Let's just be real with you. Yeah, he ain't. Yeah, no, I'm going to move on before I say something I shouldn't.
Lee, very quickly. You know, I really wanted the Champions League.
Yeah, you said champs over Prem.
No one's apologised to me yet.
Best team in Europe, mate.
I haven't had any apologies yet, but I've been told all along since we've won the Premier League, I've got to apologise. Who's apologised for me for not winning the Champions League?
Best team in Europe, mate.
Because I'm gassed we won the Premier League, but my trophy this season was the Champions League.
You've said that all the time on Potts' channel,
No
on
one,
here, on
no
your
one,
own channel,
no one's apologised to me.
Nobody will, mate.
Just saying.
Nobody will. Nobody will. And that's the thing, yeah. This is why. Say what you mean and mean what you say, yeah, and say it with him. Yeah, if anyone's got a problem, yeah, tell them jog on, mate. Yeah, like these idiots in the fucking gaff, yeah. I know they're proper old school, yeah. I'll see you next Friday, mate. Well, this Friday. And it's my birthday. You can knock me out on my birthday. Oh, you won. Unlucky. Nobody gives a fuck, bro. Yeah, because the facts and reality is we all want us to win. Yeah, we all want us to win. The problem is we've been infiltrated, mate. But I'm not going to say fuck off. Let's move on. Big up, lads. Arteta is a nerdy manager, a slave to his plans. Yeah, he must have huge knowledge of football. Yeah, but after Saturday, I think he has no social intelligence to adopt to a situation. So you know what? I don't even blame him for losing that final. I can't lie. Yeah, the only thing I blame him for is not making the subs 5 minutes earlier. Yeah, if he made them 5 minutes earlier and took Mosquera off, yeah, and brought Timber on, we win that game 1-0. Yeah, that's what I think. But it's all hindsight, isn't it? So it is what it is. Yeah, it's all if buts and maybes. Yeah, factually, we didn't fucking win. Yeah, and it hurts, and it still hurts. Yeah, it's overshadowed the fact we are champions because it was last game of the season. But at the same time, we are fucking champions. But don't let that overshadow the fact he's bottled enough finals and semi-finals. Like, real talk, let him do what he's doing. Cool, I'd still keep him for 1 more year. Yeah, but this fan base are like that. Oh, we won the league. Yeah, Liverpool just sacked on this lot, mate. Oh, but it was Klopp's team. Cool, nobody cares, mate. He still won it. Klopp's team, yeah, only about 5 of them actually won the league under Klopp. So what are you talking about? Now, one of them was Curtis Jones, by the way. Would you take Curtis Jones at Arsenal? Do me a favour. Big up Lando, bro. For perspective, if we gave Luis Enrique our squad and Arteta's PSG squad, do you think Enrique wins the final? If not, you're probably over-indexed. Well, I'm telling you right now, if we swap managers, mate, yeah, we'll batter them. Yeah, swear to God. Yeah, Skelly. Real talk, I've slagged that guy up a lot this season at left back because he's shit at left back. He was quality. He was quality. Kai Havertz, I've slagged that guy up since he signed. Well, you have my respect, bro. Not that it gives a fuck. Nobody cares.
Still a scrub, though.
Yeah. Yeah, he's still ain't good enough. But at the same time, yeah, he turned up when it fucking matters. Yeah, the rest of them is what it is. Big up Cheeky. Matty, the Rams are going to the Super Bowl.
Massive.
Wow.
Yeah, go to the next one. Go to the next one because it's 2 super chats there for Cheeky, brother Cheeky. Yeah, there you go. The Rams just traded for the best defensive player in the league.
And this is Cronky's team, right?
Yeah.
Wow. So the Cronkies are in another final. Yeah. Let's see how they fucking deal with Arsenal this summer then. Yeah. Because that's like 2 Super Bowls in 3 years, right?
Well, no. They just traded. They just traded for the offseason. They just traded for.
Oh, sorry. When they said they're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I
mean, you just got the best.
You
just got the best damn defensive player in the league. So I mean,
how much did they pay for him?
I don't even know, but they gave up. They had to give up a lot to get him. I mean, let's put it like this. This is like going out buying Kvaratskhelia. Like going to get Kvaratskhelia. Hey, we're going to take Kvaratskhelia off your hands and just show up with you. They just went and got the best defensive player in the league.
Wow. Just like that. Cool. I'm now going to buy Kvaratskhelia in the summer. I'm going to get Luis Enrique. Yeah, how about that? Yeah, how about that? Bless our Chico, bro. Big up Jam, bro. Mate, we're talking about Arteta learning, understanding. But look at how many years. He should know these things by now. Facts. I mean, it's true. Big up 30 highlights, bro. Roberto De Zerbi said fighting for relegation is more exciting than fighting for titles. Football's finished, bro. I swear down. That club's finished.
Peppa Pig.
It's funny, when I was on the FaceTime to the house, Mama, I said, did you get your Peppa Pig?
Yeah.
The fuck. Spurs have the right manager for them serial loser. Mate, bro, he looks like David Guest. I can't lie. Yeah, he looks like David Guest from Wish, bro. Bless up 30 highlights. Big up to Dust Norris. The fact that a stiff, robotic, sauceless left back doing a job on the right wing can be looked at as Arsenal star managers in Paris.
Yeah, it's
I had a
spot
great
on.
comment, and it's actually true as
Spot
well.
on.
Yamal has more talent in the hair follicles than Saka does. Bro, you see that geezer walking past us? That Victor after to him. He had Lamine Yamal on his shirt. Yeah. I see in those borders. He was only a young lad, wasn't he? Like 23, 24. Yeah. Why hadn't he got Saka on his shirt? Why is he wearing Barca's shirt? You know what I'm saying?
That's a great comment because that's the
Why
sort
would
of
you say
scores
that?
we clutch onto.
As long as they ain't fucking paper straws, mate, we're cool. Sorry, you didn't win at DJB. I got your apology. Big up Long AJ. Yeah, big up Endo Bruno.
They won 2 of these. They won 2 European Cups.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he fucking stopped telling us about it as well.
Yeah, I've got to put up with Forest fans sitting below me next season. Champions of Europe, you never sing that. Villa fans.
Yeah, well, everyone's going to say that.
Palace fans will even chip in now. Palace fans will chip in. In the last 2 years,
Aston Villa.
Last 2 years, Chelsea, Tottenham, Palace,
Chelsea,
West Ham have won European trophies.
So Chelsea.
And Chelsea.
Well,
Villa.
It's not
Aston Villa.
Chelsea, how many years? They won every European trophy out there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's annoying.
And here we
because
go
let's be real, right? I'm never going to watch that. None of us are ever going to watch that final back here.
No.
Right?
It's another one.
But let's be real. We were watching it. All of us were watching it. You guys were there, like in the stadium, like throw you. I appreciate you all season, by the way. Yeah, because this is the last podcast of the season, by the way. Yeah, and I do appreciate you, and you always turn up, and I love it, man. I know I talk over you, and I know I'm mad waved. Yeah, I've been fucking. Since we're on the league, yeah, I've been fucking gassed, yeah, and that game is just. It's like somebody's popped my balloon. Pause. Yeah, it's like you see it. Fucking stress. Yeah. I went to the beach yesterday with her and my missus. Yeah, I was not in a good mood, was I? Yeah, it was like I was more pissed off the next day than I was that night. Yeah, it's like so annoying. It's so fucking annoying because they were there for the sake of same as Man City.
Yeah.
And it's like we could have won the League Cup, the Champions League, and the fucking league. Yeah,
Look,
but-
you pictured us winning the Champions League. You pictured it. You.
I said
there's
we're
nothing
winning.
wrong
I
with
said
that.
we're doing
Do
it.
it. We'll do it. We pictured us. You pictured yourself. Go to the pub to celebrate.
Yeah.
We all knew.
I
we
said
all
I'm going to
thought,
run down the hill and I'm going to knee slide through that fucking Spursy gap. Yeah.
Hey,
Right.
if we
And
won a
do you know what I
Champions
did?
League,
I left Matty and Ola with
Yeah.
Leanne. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I didn't knee slide through. Yeah, but I
Yeah.
still went there full time in my
Yeah,
Arsenal
but Lee-
shirt,
Lee.
and I said after I knew.
yeah, but the situation
I
is, though,
shouldn't
you
have
look at
done
the
that, by the way.
situation
I
with
shouldn't have left. Sorry, mate.
if we had won a Champions League, we would have had the parade before the parade. If we won a Champions League,
Yeah.
DJB would be in a car coming from where he is to the Emirates Stadium. He wouldn't wait till Sunday. If you won a Champions League, he'll be
He'd be
out
knee
the
sliding outside. He'd be knee sliding outside the fucking marble halls.
Yeah. So we all with that scenario where we wanted to be there, but the fact is, we were there anyway for the parade. And what's happened
Oh,
is
yeah.
that
Yeah.
the best thing that's ever happened to all of us. And you know what? I love the fact you're angry we lost the Champions League. I love the fact that you're not satisfied with the league championship. And I love it. I endorse it because there's too many people putting on a brave face, and they want everyone else to do it. The fact is, I love it that people wearing PSG shirts. I love the fact that I'm getting
There's
bantered.
loads of PSG shirts here, mate.
You know what I love? I getting bantered because this is going to fuel me for next year. I'm determined to get out to Madrid this time, and I'm determined to make sure I'm there when we lift the Champions League. I'm not giving up on this Champions League.
No.
Yeah, but do you think he can do it? Real talk.
I have
Because
to.
he bottled 8 points.
No.
Then we took us to the last day of the season. Then he's got over the line. We got
If he-
semi-final. Then he's got to the final. Do you think he can get over the line next year?
No.
I don't
If
think
he-
he can.
If he can't beat PSG, then no. If he finds a way to beat PSG, then the pathway's clear to win the top.
He
Win it.
can't find a
And
way
that's
to
what
beat
you
it. Bro, Luis Enrique is fucking bad, man.
But
He ain't doing it.
that's the situation.
Team. Fair play to him.
That's the situation. The holy grail now, we've won the league, is the Champions League. It's the way it has to always be. Man United won the league. They want to win the Champions League. Man City want to win the Champions League after winning the league. That's got to be the situation there. I always say that Champions League should be only for people who won their leagues. We've now won our leagues. We need to be elite.
And we'll
Kenny's
never
going to
be
be on my side
I'm
next season when he wants the Champions League next year.
You want to play Champions League? On that bombshell, DJB. I'm glad
Big
you had
up,
a great
Lee.
day yesterday, man.
Thanks for a great season
Yeah.
this month on Monday
Bless
nights.
up to you, man.
Really
Thank you
enjoyed
for
it.
all the streams, man. I
Man,
swear,
always a
listen,
pleasure.
fucking
Always
love
a
you, man.
pleasure.
Like, you give
Always
up
a
your time
pleasure
for me
to
all the
join it.
time, mate.
Always a pleasure. Screen with Matty and Kenny, and it's been brilliant. It's been brilliant. I've got Wednesday mingle with Nortsky. We're going to have a nice little casual mingle on a Wednesday night, just talking about the season and the league and the parade, and we'll touch on the Champions League again, and we'll have a look at going forward next season, and then we'll have some banter and some laughs, usual stuff, and then we're going to keep some. And I think I spoke to Shane. I think we're bringing back the retro show for next Tuesday as well. So we're going to have a little retro show. It's coming. It's on its way back. So we're going to keep things going throughout the summer. Me and Aaron's going to be doing some World Cup stuff as well. So we're going to have some things going through the summer. Not too much, but I need a break. But big up to the chat. Big up to everyone in the chat, and big up to Kenny as always. And thank you for pushing everyone out the way, Kenny, so I could get through the crowds yesterday. Who started? I've got to be honest. My son, as you know, has got a bit of a disability.
you're coming over here, mate.
He starts to
What did I
panic.
say to you though? If I'd got
Oh, yeah.
to break
That's-
Kenny, I would
that's-
have been fine because he'd have just put his arm around me.
Yeah, and
I had my two friends with me, and I'll do it for them. you know,
Kenny,
like
I
my
love you,
friend
man.
say,
Like, listen, you're
she
my
was
brother.
small, so she was getting a little.
You're my big brother, Kenny. I fucking love you, man.
Yeah, we had a great time, and it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure bumping in. It's been a pleasure being over the Emirates with you this season, Kenny. And we'll do a stream as well. Thursday I may be doing a stream.
We still won the fucking league,
or the following Thursday, Kenny. Next week we're going to try and have a recap of the season. I'm going to try and get Potts on as well. So yeah.
What's up, DJ? I fucking love you, mate. Thank you.
Cheers,
I
bro.
just want to say,
Pleasure.
Kenny, you know what it is.
I know, but I just want to thank some people. I want to thank you, Lee. Matty, let me say something now, Matty. The season's over, but unlike all these two, the World Cup is happening, mate.
Yeah.
The American,
Matty, come on,
USA beat Senegal. I still think the USA going to be. USA going to have a good tournament.
Sold out in Spain, mate.
They'll be all right. They'll be all right. Can I think they'll be okay?
USA
You're qualifying, Matty. You're qualifying.
No, they're already there.
Yeah, we're already there.
No, but don't make a lot of DJ.
Yeah, but you know who they should watch out for. You know the player. You watch out for Balogun. In Balogun, he scores goals. He's gonna be America's top player. Balogun.
I hope so.
Balogun. They got a proper striker up top. Balogun will score goals in this World Cup. I promise you.
They're getting out of that group, mate.
All the good. I just say all the good.
Matty, before you go, my friend, I just want to say thanks for a great season. Also, what's the vibes like in the US now? Now it's getting near the World Cup. Well, what's it like?
Too damn expensive.
Other than that, other than the usual, what's the vibes like? Is there?
Mate, you're hilarious. You're the funniest guy.
I mean, it's like everybody's excited. I mean, I've seen it around here. People starting to talk. You're starting to hear about it now. You know, now that the Champions League is over, you're starting to hear people talk about. Okay, we got the World Cup. You know, I think it's just a matter of now, just once it kicks off, because I know I'll be watching it. It'll be great. I got something to watch at night now.
Yeah.
Because the NBA, by the time the World Cup starts, I think the NBA playoffs will be coming to a close. So I'll go right into that. So we'll see. Did you see Kenny? Did you see old Neymar and hurt himself again?
Yeah.
Category 2. So you know he's done all the way. They'd have to get to the final for him to even play. And even then, I don't even know.
You know what I'm saying? I fear for Brazil in this tournament.
Ain't it a sad sight?
I worry about Brazil. I'm really worried about Brazil.
They're a shadow of themselves, aren't they? Brazil ain't going to do nothing.
They are a very ordinary side. The only thing that's world class is their manager. I am scared for Brazil.
Yeah,
bro. I think it's going to be entertaining. Lee's hell bent on Spain's going to win it. I think that's going to be I think France is going to have something to say about that. Man.
I reckon France, Argentina.
I think if England beat Brazil in a quarter final, I think they'll go all the way.
England ain't beating no one. Spain piss it, mate. I'm telling you right now, Spain walked that World Cup.
England, you got a decent team there, bro.
No team's winning the World Cup with Jordan Henderson in midfield.
All right, Spain win that World Cup. They keep the ball on the ground, and they got a great manager, mate. Yeah, Louis Wednesday.
I hear you, but England have got a top class manager.
Yeah, shit squad.
Well, it remains to be seen. We thought it was pouring 20 years ago.
Kenny, you're too polite, man. I swear to you.
Nonny Madway on the right, Jordan Henderson. Yeah, I know.
Hey, you're going to figure that out real quick. He'll say, no, Matt, we can come up.
Yeah, Stanburn. We're fucking winning it all, lads. We're winning it all, lads.
Jordan Henderson is there to do card tricks and play a few.
Come on, people.
Yeah,
you're too funny, man.
Card tricks. That's what Roy keeps saying.
It's been a pleasure sharing the stream with you lot all season, man. I swear down. Yeah. Right, we're champions. Yeah, we are champions. And it's fucking great feeling there. But at the same time, that's fucking wound me up.
Hey guys, don't laugh. Hey guys, I'm not sorry to interrupt, but right now on the BBC in England, they have got Dear England, which is basically like a play about England in
Yeah.
2024. It's about Southgate's reign. The guy who plays Southgate looks and sounds like him, and
So it
we're
works.
at Euro
So
2024.
it works.
It's Mikel Arteta's clone, isn't it?
No, but seriously, it's on BBC. It's called Dear
I
England.
know.
and it's Gareth Southgate.
How to lose a final.
Yeah,
Had to lose.
Written by Mikel Arteta, acted by Gareth Southgate.
Is the concierge in the fucking Dorchester teacher?
to be honest, he hasn't got to a final for 6 years, and he got to 2 finals and lost them. So now he needs.
Bukayo Saka's lost 5 finals in a row.
He's coming home. I tell you, Gabriel's penalty is more closer than that World Cup coming home to England.
It's going away. It's not going away.
When Gabriel took that penalty, he smashed my car window.
Yeah.
My dad texts me, yeah. I'm not even taking the piss. I'll show you the fucking text. My dad has called Gabriel Magalhaes, yeah, the fake gangster and fake bad man, yeah, for years. He goes, yeah, he's one of them guys that's like, yeah, let me at him, but all the respect for holding him back.
I felt sorry for him, man.
I felt sorry for him because he's been fucking superb this season. Yeah? My dad can't stand him. Yeah, my dad can't stand him, mate. Yeah, he fucking hates him, yeah. Right, look at that. Told you that fucking gangster was useless.
Oh no, man, I can't.
That's why I was putting lol because I went.
Big Gabby's been immense, man. Big Gabby's been.
They've all just landed in our back garden. It says stay up.
I was just having a bit of banter just to wind away the.
No, do you know what? He's called him the fake gangster and the fake bad man for years. He goes, he's the fake guy. He's that guy that's like, yeah, let me at him.
He's going to be the main man in Brazil. He's going to be the main man in the World Cup for Brazil.
To be fair, that's you see it, Leon. Yeah, yeah. I was pissed off we lost, obviously. Yeah, and I didn't know what emotion I was feeling at the time. Yeah, why was it him? Yeah, but I get why he wanted to take the penalty, but where the fuck was the rest of them, mate? Yeah, where was Madwanky? Where was Mandy? We've done this. Rewind the stream, guys.
We've done it.
Yeah, it's like I get it. He wants to be the leader. Yeah, but bro, if you're gonna do that, you have to score, mate. Yeah, come through the academy and all that. You are, mate. Yeah, sit there and water bowl. She's like Pep Guardiola. If she ain't giving me Fergie time, yeah, we're going out anyway. Come on, let's go.
Big up to everyone.
Matty, I love you all.
See everyone.
It's been mad all season, bro. It's been a fucking long season, mate.
It's been a long season, brother. Glad to get some rest.
Mate, it's been a long season. Kenny, I love you, bro. DJ,
Big up everybody.
Jezza as well.
Big up
everybody. Love always, Jez. Yeah, chat, always love. Yeah, always love. I'm going out. Matty, the Pats.
That's what I want.
AJ Brown, congratulations. I don't know what that means, but
I know
anyway.
I know what it means.
Is that like
it's very good? Yeah, we got one of the best receivers in the league now. So,
cool. Well, let's hope that we're receiving a trophy next season.
Yeah.
Yeah, and on that bombshell.
Big up, everyone.
Enjoy your summers, guys. Yeah, I'm glad you two had a great time at the parade and you fully deserve it. Because the amount of dough, amount of time, amount of investment you've put into this club, is incredible, mate. Nearly 100 years between you. Yeah, fucking crazy, mate. The amount of times you get up at stupid o'clock, sitting there eating your breakfast, while you're on the streams all season. Yeah, Ola. Yeah.
Hola. Oi.
Yeah. Corner. Yeah. All the fallen soldiers along the way. Bless. Listen, we're champions, yeah? But at the same time,
can't take away from us.
Last fucking game of the season. What? I know. What? I'm going. Yeah, because I'm gonna flip.
Yeah,
listen, I'll be back with rants tomorrow. This guy is gonna be a pussy, bruv. Yeah. Make sure you got your PSG shirt on, rants. Yeah, with your shades on, mate. Nobody cares. I'm a champ. Yeah, we gave you our best player, mate. We used to last win it 13 years ago. Yeah, so nobody cares. On that bombshell, we're going to go film that Spursy gaff. Then we're going out. Yeah. Bless up, Leanne. Bless up the chat.
Bless, guys. Big up to everyone.
Appreciate
Bless
all of you.
everyone.
We're out.
Cheers.
Laters.
Big
All
up,
good.
chat.
Love you all. Thanks.